Hello, folks. Welcome to day 4, Champions Chess Tour, Julius Baer Generations Cup. How's everyone doing?
Hello. Hi, and hi people for my stream that stayed through the small 10-minute break. I appreciate you guys. We're excited to be here today. We're going to be commentating on this is our last day actually of commentating
This is
for this tournament.
the final day. That's right, because from here it's going to be they're going to merge. We're going to have just like a final remaining after today.
So it's going to be exciting. I don't know. And this game and this match especially, I'm very, very excited for.
Were you just streaming? What
Yeah.
were you streaming?
I was just streaming. I was playing some Rapid and then I was doing like a guess the move kind of game review. Yeah, but I was just streaming for so
Nice,
heavy
nice.
day. Were you just streaming?
I was not. I was just sleeping, in fact, here in St. Louis.
Oh, I forgot it's early. Well, actually, it's not that early. I don't know.
It's not that early. I was getting the stream ready. I was
Sure
setting
you
up.
were.
It's been a busy morning.
Sure you were. This is my co-host, Kostya, and it is much earlier for him than it is for me here. So
No,
I don't
I've
blame you
been
for
looking
not streaming
forward
at like 8 a.m.
all day to this. All day. I've been looking forward.
Okay, we take it. I'm
Um,
just changing. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, sorry. No, this is actually a cool match. Like I don't think I've seen this pairing before. Musard against Fabi. Although they've both been around in the online space, Title Tuesdays, for some time.
Are they both what you call onliners?
I would say Musar definitely. He's a big onliner. He's got a chunky online rating, like probably close to 3,000, 2,900. And then Caruana, no, he's legacy, of course. He's pure legacy, but he's improved a lot in the online space in the last several years. So he's like, I mean, I would imagine he's a big favorite in this match, but you never know. You never know.
Yeah, especially in the Rapid for sure, right?
Yeah, you would think in Rapid he should definitely outplay. But so far, this first game, uh, I don't know. I would like with the eval bar. I would say without the eval bar, I would say like White's doing great. But with the eval bar, I'm like, I guess it's not that special. It's funny.
Yeah, I don't know. I know I kind of agree. It looks like that pawn on A4 will just be targeted, but yeah, I actually don't know why that's not an issue.
Yeah, I guess Black is active enough to kind of hold White's pieces at bay here. He'll get knight d5 at some point. I guess if you trade off like one piece for Black, your king is going to be kind of safe, and then yeah, I guess you're fine then. So okay,
By the way,
Fabi
for
playing
everyone in the
solid in this
chat,
first one.
tell us where you're tuning in from today, because I know it's early in some places and not early in others. So happy to hear where you're tuning in from. I'm glad you guys are here with us as well. Okay, yeah. I don't know. It would
Oh,
I
we see
think
the
Fabi would be
trades.
happy with a draw here.
Yeah, first game is Black. It's a 4 game match. I think in general, yeah, they're happy to hold as Black and try to win as White. We saw some like crazy prep from Fabi yesterday against Keimer. That was a fascinating game. Actually, I randomly I caught like the C Squared channel. They did an episode just last night, and Fabi discussed the game, and he said it was like this old prep from 2019 that he
Wow,
happened
I guess
to
you
to
finally got to
review
use it.
recently. Yeah, yeah. So I was like, wow, okay, it's pretty serious. And
But
folks, we also have
yeah.
some losers matches as well. So this is the winners final. So whoever wins this match goes into the grand final that's going to be taking place tomorrow on the big stage. But there's also going to be a second player that comes out of the losers bracket. And right now there's multiple matches down there. And we have some very good matches. We have Battle of the Juniors, Keimer against Sindarov, which is going to be a 2 game match. And then pure legacy match, Gelfand Korobov, which is the
Ooh.
classic for the ages. And yeah, that one's definitely very interesting as well. And
And
that's
we have
just
viewers
Division
tuning
3.
in. We have viewers tuning in from Italy, London, Seattle, Washington, D.C., a bunch of places. I appreciate all you early risers, by the way, tuning in from places in the US. yeah, we have a lot of interesting divisions going on here. It'll be exciting. It'll be exciting. Even if this game looks a little slow, we've also seen, I mean, Fabi absolutely grind some of these end games, but this one looks like if it's in anyone's favor, it's probably going to be white, correct?
Yeah, if anyone gets a small edge, yeah, I would think it's white. But yeah, let's move away. Let's assume this one is going to be eventually drawn. But, we'll come back to it if something exciting happens. Maybe we can check out Keimer Sindarov.
Go ahead.
I want to see what's happening here. So this is game one. This is the losers quarterfinal. So best of two. And if tied after 2 games, then we get Armageddon. What have we got here? It's some kind of endgame, but black has managed to get an extra pawn, and this A pawn is pretty annoying in combination with the dark sword bishop. I call it the Benoni pawn because it's very
Benoni
annoying
pawn.
with this bishop. And black's other bishop also pretty strong. Bishop c2, just kind of being a thorn in white's side. And the issue for white is knight on b2 is hanging, so the rook can't go to a7. And if black gets the rook to a8, like behind the passed pawn, this is just very, very, very bad for white.
Right. You have to be super careful here. Maybe that bishop on c2, yeah, is super annoying because there's no real great place for your knight to go to relieve that threat, no?
Yeah, knight on b2 is basically trapped. So h3, he plays the only move that makes any kind of human sense. And now I'm guessing black's knight drops back. But on knight e5, okay, white can continue with f4. But it doesn't really save white because even f4, there was knight d3 there. Black is still in really good shape. So knight c1. Okay, so he's stopping the knight from coming into d3. So he's playing for f4. f4 is actually kind of a threat now. It's almost like winning material. So g5. Okay, deals with it.
And I made a poll on who do people think will win the Fabi Musard match? And of course, we have a lot of votes for Fabi, but I don't think anyone should underestimate Musard there. He definitely has some great results. Very strong player. I don't know. We shall see.
I mean,
Lots
you must
really
be rooting
interesting
for him a little bit. If he wins, it makes all Jules look good.
That's true. Or maybe I want to be the coolest Jules.
Yeah, of course.
There's some jealousy there. You don't.
True.
You can't predict with these kinds of things.
Fair point. So okay, looks like Sindarov is well on his way. If he plays
We also
well, he
have
should win this first one.
Div II as well, starting.
And Div II starting.
Started.
Okay. That's great for them. I was just getting a handle on Div III. But yeah, Div II starting. That's really nice. Maybe do you want to mention some of the matchups we have there? If people want, we can take a look.
We currently have Wesley So and Jose Martinez. That game looks pretty interesting so far. It's well underway, by the way. In the losers bracket, we have Lazovic versus Sargsyan. And we have Vidit Gujarati against Injik. And Gujarati was knocked out yesterday, so he's currently in the losers bracket. Yeah, so those are our matches there. We're going to have less matches in D2 than we will in D3, FYI. Chats.
Oh, I see. Okay, so yeah, I'm happy to jump around. You let me know, chat, you let me know which games you want to see. I'm keeping an eye on the games in Division 3. Gelfand Korobov is a bit dry, not too much happening there. And then, that first game between Jules and Fabi was drawn, so they're on to their game 2 now, with Fabi having the white pieces.
Wesley Martinez is pretty good.
All right,
if you want to take a look, it has life.
Div 2, yeah. Let me find the game here. Okay, so this is the winners final for Division 2. So whoever wins this match gets into the final. If you then win the division, you get into Division 1 for next time, which is a big deal.
True. And it's kind of hard to tell the divisions based on strength because there's so many strong players in every single division here. Me and Kostya are like seasoned pros here. We've been doing this Div 2 commentary for the season so far. And we've seen some very strong players in Div 2. I think Hikaru was in Div 2. I wonder if we'll ever get Magnus in Div 2.
We
Maybe
might,
one day.
yeah. No, I mean, it's like, yeah, actually, I don't even know which division is stronger this time around. Because you got Wesley So in Div 2, you got Fabi in Div 3. I mean, it's, it's plenty stacked in both divisions. So this is a great matchup, Wesley against Jose, because Wesley's definitely legacy, absolute legacy player. Fantastic.
Yeah, and it
classical
started-
chess, all-time controls. Jose, mostly online guy, mostly online.
It started as a Petrov too, which is funny. It's like I feel like Wesley's like saying, "You dare use your own spells against me, Potter." I don't know. I don't know if Wesley actually plays Petrov, but he is known for openings similar to that. Although this is kind of like a sharper Petrov almost.
Yeah, he does some Petrov, for sure. He dabbles.
He dabbles in it.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see how, if he can manage to outplay Jose here. This first game's pretty complicated. I mean, White maybe has a bit of an edge, but a lot of stuff's hanging. Ooh, AB5, leaving the knight on D4. He's like, go ahead and take it. But then he's banking on his, maybe he pushes B6, maybe goes BA6, probably B6. He's just calculated that the pawn is going to promote. That's a nice tactic. You don't see that too often, but all the rooks have come off, so it kind of makes sense.
We also love those piece sacks for promotions, especially when there aren't a lot of threats there.
Yeah, so probably he's going to think for a second, recapture AB5, but then Wesley can snag a pawn on B5, either with the knight or maybe with the bishop too, actually, because bishop on E8 is hanging. So Wesley, it looks like he's gonna snag a pawn. H4 is always hanging as well, though, so it's not like it's so clear here.
Yeah, especially if you move that bishop from F1, it will make it a little bit dangerous. Because right now that bishop on F1 is kind of protecting some things on the king side, so you have to be careful if the H4 pawn snagged and the bishop moves. But we shall see. We shall see in that position. And Jose is taking a while to think. He's a very fast player, strong calculator, and yeah, we'll see what he comes up with here. But it's cool to see Wesley play some cool Wesley moves.
Yeah, Wesley very strong. Okay, there we go. There comes AB5, and now Wesley can take on B5 with multiple pieces. Actually, any minor piece can take on B5, and it doesn't look like a blunder. I'm not sure which one. I feel like I would just take with one of the knights. Okay, that knight.
Which we see. Yeah, simple.
Great. Yeah, someone asked, how did Gelfand win yesterday? That was one of the most dramatic Armageddons ever.
Yeah. Also, someone in my chat said, sadly, Hans lost yesterday. That was definitely something. I think that's one of the craziest things we've seen this year, at least. So, to recount the story, it was a dark and stormy night, and they had 4 draws. It was Armageddon. Gelfand had draw odds, meaning he was with the black pieces, he had less time, but if he drew, he would win the match. Now, Hans comes in, plays a really nice game. He's up about 6 minutes on the clock, +6 in position in a king and pawn endgame that's a little complicated, but he's doing very well. Now, Gelfand's clock ticks down, but then Hans, trying to flag Gelfand, accidentally repeats a move and draws the game, giving Gelfand the match. So very dramatic, and the accidental repeat was a little difficult. Yeah,
it was dramatic. No, we were yelling at the screen. We were like, "No, Hans, don't repeat, no!"
And whoa! Look at that move.
Yeah, look at this. Look at the knight E6.
Knight E6. What? maybe I am a noob and a patzer, but let's take a look at this move.
It's
If
beautiful.
takes, you take with what? What do you do here? What's the general
If black
idea?
takes, yeah, you take back with the pawn, and then you either take the bishop next, or you push e7, the big discovered attack. So you get your piece
Wow.
back, you get your pawn back. Everyone's happy, except Jose Martinez.
What a move. And
Yeah,
he has to calculate it
super
too. He's
nice.
like, please stop sacrificing Wesley.
Yeah, I mean I don't know if there's like there's got to be a term when you put a piece on a square that's attacked by everything. It's like this wonderful combination. It's a banger. It's a banger of a move. Banger combo.
Yeah, and someone asked a chess question in chat about becoming stronger. I do definitely think watching these is pretty helpful. Like when you see very strong players like these two and everyone else in the divisions, maybe no one understands all of the moves, including us, but just trying to figure out why certain players made certain moves, since you can pretty much assume their moves are going to be better than yours, is very helpful for learning. So I always like to look at this as a learning opportunity for all of us, including me.
Yeah. For example, you see this move, and you're just like in awe. You're like, how are some people this good at chess? And it inspires you to work harder and to solve puzzles and do all this stuff. Okay, so Wesley, and then the other knight hops on knight c6. So now he's got the dark squared bishop. It's still even material, but his dark squared bishop is very strong and putting a lot of pressure. At some point, his queen will start harassing the knight on f4, maybe some queen c4 move. And the b pawn will start running as well. So like queen
Yeah,
c4, b4, b5.
this game looks like it might go to Wesley.
Yeah, he's playing very nice so far. Queen f3 as well could be an option. Just to kind of... It's like a multi-purpose move. You harass the knight on f4, you hit the pawn on d6 as well, and you make way for your b pawn. I mean, that's really how white wins this game. If you get 5 moves to push the b pawn up, you basically you win.
It's going to be a little bit difficult to stop. I don't know. So much is kind of... So many pieces feel like they're loose, and there's so many issues with black's like position and structure that you need so many moves to solve them. I feel like white could get that pawn up in time, but I don't know. According to eval, it's a little easier than I think it is. So
Yeah, no, it's definitely not simple. I
yeah,
mean, it's like computers giving white an extra pawn, but the white doesn't have an extra pawn. It's 4 pawns each. So computer really likes white's chances, but it's a very concrete thing. Actually, one funny idea is to play queen c3. Okay, it goes queen b8. I was going to say queen takes c3, knight e7 check, take back. It goes queen b8. This is also very natural. You're just hitting d6. You're putting some pressure on the back rank. And you make way for the b pawn. So now like b4, b5, b6 is just a huge threat. So to me, this move makes a lot of sense. It allows black to take on d5, but then d6 would hang. So g5, yeah, Jose is trying to make something happen on the king side. And there goes the b pawn. Wesley knows what's up. Knight to g6. Okay, both sides just making like just the most principled moves.
it's
Now,
difficult. Yeah,
b pawn
especially with
should
time.
win.
There is a pretty significant time difference. It's not that much, but in a position like this, you need all the time you can get. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, I'm seeing decisive positions on all boards, so we'll try to maybe we'll go back and look at some of these games later. But yeah, this first game, Wesley's dang, he's nailing it. Queen a7 now hits the bishop. He can bring the queen back if he wants. But d5 pawn is currently hanging. At some point, he might just give it up if he thinks he can get the b pawn pushed through. So queen a8. Okay. I can move the bishop again. Bishop d7. Jose's going down on time. So queen f5. All right. But knight e7? Is knight e7? No, knight e7 is covered. Excuse me. Okay, takes on f4. Now
May takes
97
maybe
is a
now,
pro.
97.
97. I think he
Oh,
wants queen
oh
g4
no.
though. There's
Why was
queen
that a
g4.
blunder?
Oh, queen b1. Oh, knight e2 check is coming and white's getting mated. Oh,
No
Jose
way.
just
And
spots
he
it.
he led him into it. No, that was 100% premeditated. Yeah, he 100% led him into it.
What a trap. What a
Maybe
trap.
could you take the bishop and then move your king? Try to have something.
It looks like it's losing. It looks like 92, queen f1 is coming. And okay, f3 is a nice try because 92, king f2, at least it's not so clear. But wow, queen
He's on it.
e1. He's too good. He's too good. Holy moly. Now knight e2 and the king doesn't escape.
I mean,
Just
you could
queen
try to
takes.
counter check, but I guess you don't have anything.
And now queen g1, queen h1, yeah. Yeah, a couple checks. Black's king is getting out.
No, Wesley cannot be happy right now.
Oof, what a find. What a find. No, he's
Hey,
gonna
maybe
be
he hangs
he's
for
gonna be
pet.
upset. That's Big Ten.
Yeah, and that was 100% one of those those tricks, you know? Like he led him into it. He was like, "I'd like to see you try." Wow, that is going to be rough. First game for Wesley. Let's see if he can come back. Honestly,
Oof.
I don't know about y'all chat, but I get a little tilted when you have something like that happen. It's tough, especially when you have control of the entire game.
Yeah, what a turnaround. I just jumped to Vidit Injic, which is in its last seconds as well. Vidit on 3 seconds. Up the exchange though, so he's got some serious winning chances here.
If he doesn't flag.
Yeah, if he manages
You know, like
to not flag. Easier said than done though. His opponent has a horse, and horses are notoriously tricky.
But you do have
fights.
increment here in this position. Yeah. You have increment, so he might not flag, but I don't know. We haven't exactly seen Vidit losing. We've seen him getting low on time and flagging, basically, in a lot of these matches that he's lost. He's been playing very well on the board, but then the time management has been hard to maintain.
Yeah. I mean, that's always the risk. It's like when you try to win, you basically risk flagging because you're not just looking for any move. You're trying to find the precise move, and then you run out of time or you hang something. And this is still very much losable for white. I mean, the knight on e4 is strong, and you have to be really really precise in order to win it. So he's being brave here by like really pushing hard. Like this is not trivial with 3 seconds, not at all.
By the way, we have a lot of people joining in chat. Hello, Michael. Hello, Paul Durrett. We are happy to have you. For you guys who don't know, we've been here all week, but this is the Julius Baer Generation Cup. This is our last day of commentating this, so we have a bunch of interesting games that we will get to. And yeah, some heartbreaking games yesterday as well.
Oh yeah.
Definitely gonna be interesting to see how everything shakes out. I thought I could make some accurate predictions, but yesterday it felt like all my predictions were wrong.
Oh, looks like he's got it here. He's got rook d3 check and rook e3 coming, and he's winning. He's winning the knight. Yeah, these matches are impossible to call. It's like literally anything can happen at any moment. It doesn't matter how winning someone is. It feels like you can always mess it up. Okay, going for one mate, but Vidit sees it. He sees the mate. He's not getting mated. He's Vidit Gujarati, and he's winning the first game.
There we go. That
Okay.
is strong, especially I'm glad we didn't start with a flag there.
Just want to mention Lazovic also won his first game, so he's up a point. And let me jump to game 2, Caruana against Musard.
Let's do it.
Fabi actually big advantage as white. I'll just back it up. I don't think we're that far from the opening. I just want to see what happened here. And looks like this was Queen's Gambit declined. The classic Carlsbad, very, very Historic stuff. Early 98 from black. White doesn't trade darks for bishops. Okay, a bit of opening maneuvers. Some maneuvering around, but eventually we do get a pretty typical position. Queen f3, bishop takes d6, e4. Fabi breaks in the center. This move always indicates very aggressive intentions. And now bishop c4, knight h5, nice move there. Knight d5,
Yeah.
and okay, we have the live position. Knight h5 was nice, going after the f7 pawn if black takes.
Yeah, this is a really nice position. It's kind of hard to see where it all went wrong. I don't know. I very rarely see that e4 move in these QGD positions, or at least this early.
Yeah, basically I've learned that it mainly only happens when black has played b6, because that's what kind of justifies white playing e4. Because e4 you create a weakness on d4 for yourself, but at least you have the c pawn to also put pressure. And yeah, it can be very annoying because you open up all these diagonals, and black's bishop on b7 is of course very very passive. So Fabi here kind of playing for the attack. Compi was saying he had something other than rook to e1, probably something tactical, because yeah, nothing super obvious stands out. But rook e1, rook e6, and okay, looks like Musard's back in the game. Down on the clock though, and really like sharp position. So still feels like white has very good chances here. Come up with something. Some knight f4.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a very complicated position here. And you just reminded me that I need to look over my Carlsbad structures. I completely forgot about that. Because I'm a QGD player as well, and I struggle sometimes with a lot of these positions trying to find the best time to break with c5, like the best time to take the pawns when they're offered to you. It can be very complicated. It can be very positionally subtle.
Yeah, it's not easy, but okay, I'm glad to hear you're playing solid stuff. It's a good opening.
Thank you. Finally. Kostya has seen my repertoire, unfortunately for him, and apparently left him with a scathing impression. So very fair.
Over
I think
the
there's
years,
there's a
yeah.
time. There's a time in every chess player's life where they have to move on from their pet openings. But okay. Yeah, forcing the trade of the bishop.
b5. No, I really like how Musard's playing this. I mean, he's defending well. And that's the nice thing about these positions. They're very healthy for black. So even if something goes wrong early on, you're usually very, very solid and you can get back in. And now, yeah, Fabi's thinking about something here. Does he have a choice? Oh, he does. He goes knight e5. There we go. He sacks the bishop. He stacks the bishop. He was going for a brilliant move, but it turns out to be a question mark because Musard gives up the rook for two minor pieces, relieves the attack on f7. And now black is, I would take black here. He's got two pieces for the rook, two bishops for the rook. And
Bishop pair.
bishop pair is pretty strong. Now, it's not going to be easy to handle with 15 seconds, but like I think black has the
That's
better
true.
chances over the board. But we'll see. We'll see. Okay, queen h4. Queen h4, knight d6 now? Uh-oh. This is turning. This is turning for Fabi. Takes,
Oh, it's
takes.
so little time.
Oh, this
7
pawn is
seconds
too
against a
strong.
minute and 58
And rook
seconds.
e7 is coming. Oh yeah, this one's really bad. This one's really bad.
And that just shows time management there. You can do everything right. You can get out of a bad position. I think Jules Musard played very, very well, got out of a bad position. And still, if you don't have enough time to think, oof,
Yeah.
yeah, rough. Even with
Very
increment,
tough.
by the way.
It's not over though. Fabi has to convert still. Maybe a rook e7. He's thinking about rook e7, bishop c8, and then what? And then what?
And then what? Good question, chat. I mean, at least the more time that Fabi takes to think, the more time his opponent gets to think as well. We see a lot of people playing very, very quickly to try to pressure their opponents in time pressure, but it hasn't actually worked out that well this tournament. You don't want to
Yeah,
risk rushing yourself. So this might be a good strategy to just take his time, think, use his time.
you have to be careful. Yeah, and you want to be really precise. I mean, that's the whole point of having advantage on the clock is that you can pause when it gets very tactical, like right now. Like maybe White has something concrete. D7, yeah, this is actually a critical move, and pushing the pawn before Black has a chance to blockade it. Okay, it goes for Queen D3, C5. C5 is very logical, but maybe White can come in now. Queen D6. Knight C4. You can take on C5. Yeah, this D pawn is just too strong. Yeah, no, it's actually beautiful, beautiful rooks here for White, huh? Just like completely dominating the board. Now maybe just
You
Queen
can
D6
never, yeah.
or Queen E7. Queen E7 might be winning, followed by trading and going Rook E8. Okay, Queen D6, Knight C4.
A good practical decision. Like, what else can you really do?
Queen E7. I think Bishop C6 only move to cover the E8 square. Bishop C6, will he find it? No, Queen B6. But now White can just
Oh,
promote or take.
there you go.
Also good.
And
And
it's
mate.
over.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful.
It
What a
is
find.
over. That
What
is
a
a nice
find.
game.
Very
And this
nice
is the
game.
winner's bracket final. So, Jules Musard, you have to get to 2.5 points to get through in the winner's bracket final. Fabi is at 1.5, Musard is at 0.5. So, if Fabi wins this next game, he will make it through. If they draw, there will be another match. We will see.
Jules, we got to jump to the Gelfand Korobov game because Gelfand won the second game in very surprising fashion, if I may say so.
Let's take a look.
I'm just going to show the last couple. Maybe we'll go through the opening because it wasn't a very long game. So Sicilian, C3 Sicilian, takes. Queen takes on D4. Okay, a little bit frisky play from Korobov, but all right, it's rapid. You know, you can play a lot of different stuff. Gelfand reacts kind of normally. Then we get this weird Bishop G6 check thing. Black takes the center, and yeah, eventually Black is just better. But then Knight takes D4, Knight A3, defending the bishop, Knight E2. Game over. He just hung his queen.
No way.
So, and I
One of
guess his
us.
position wasn't like the worst. Like, you could go Bishop D1, defend the bishop, defend the E2 square, but he just blundered it. Knight A3, Knight E2, and
He just forgot he had a queen hanging.
that's
I
it.
guess it happens to everybody, I guess. So if you
One of
hang your
us.
queen, you know, you can feel a little better about it because it happens to everyone at different times. What are you gonna do? What
Yeah,
are you gonna do?
sad. But Gelfand, hey, he's still in it. He's still in it.
Look at that.
Holy moly. Okay, I just jumped into Sindarov Keimer, and Keimer is just unleashed the very angry move against his opponent. Look at this.
All
Jeez.
right, let's take a
The
look.
sea is rough
Oh,
today, my friends.
oh my. They've come here to party, I guess.
Yeah, Black had this just furious kingside attack going now. Bishop takes G3. He's got F2 coming. Okay, he doesn't even take the bishop. A sign of a difficult position. Now he can take on F2. Ooh, takes the knight instead. Interesting.
Okay.
Guess he's playing for
Interesting
mate.
decision.
He wants some kind of mate on the G file. But White still has a rook there, so I don't see it right away. Maybe Queen F4 check is coming, and then H2.
Yeah, king takes. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure, of course.
Oh, okay, he's thinking about Rook G1 right now. Oh, interesting. But yeah, I don't think it's working. So King takes.
Okay, queen f4 check. We're gonna see it. I call it.
It's got to be the move. Nice.
It's gotta be.
And now H2. I'm thinking H2, just to stop Rook to G1.
Makes a lot of sense.
But
I wonder
maybe
what
he has
he's
something else.
calculating. Maybe he's looking at like, I don't know.
It's a very nice domination. Basically, White, like, it's hard to move anything for White. And then Black's idea would be like Bishop H3, Bishop G2, mate.
Maybe he's looking at developing his bishop. I'm not sure.
Yeah, the other one would be like bishop g4, just kind of get that out. But okay, no, he goes for h2.
H2.
And now,
Now, how do you defend this?
like at some
How
point,
exactly
yeah,
do you
it
defend this,
looks
Kostya?
terrible. I mean,
And
I
chat.
think you got to try like bishop f1 at some point. But then whenever you play bishop f1, you're opening up or you're closing off the g1 square, right? So, okay, starts with rook e3. So bishop h3, he wants bishop f1 in response. It looks like black is, yeah, so close to giving mate here. Just has to get that rook into the game as well. You bring that a8 rook to like g7 or somewhere on the g file, and then black is in business. But
So you just want to develop your bishop, basically.
I think, yeah, you just got to get your pieces out. Because, yeah, white's struggling. Rook on b1 is terrible. Queen on d1 is terrible. So white's super passive here. So if black can just get the heavy pieces over to the g file, should just win.
And it's a little bit too early to do something like I don't know, queen g4, because they can just defend with the bishop. If you try to trade off bishops, they can defend with the queen.
Yeah.
So you need a few more pieces in there, which is probably what he's calculating, actually, if he can bring in just, try to create complications just with the pieces he has. But he plays it, bishop h3. Sindarov is ready.
Yeah, now he's spending time because it's not so obvious how to keep the attack going. Probably you could trade bishops here and you're still doing really well as black, but you don't want to let up the pressure. These positions very delicate. Bishop f5.
Right.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe just pull the bishop back, leave white's bishop on f1 kind of in the way. White's queen on d1 still like very, very passive. And now black is looking for maybe rook ae8, just getting the rook in. So queen e1, but queen e1 allows bishop takes c2. I'm not sure if white wants that. It's yeah, Shavam is saying rook left needed, exactly. If black could get the rook to g6, then it's Jover. It's absolutely Jover in this position.
Then you're happy.
Yeah. But it's hard to do. It's hard to do.
Maybe he's calculating rook takes or queen takes. No. Okay. Bishop d3.
Right. Yeah, that was a good point. If it takes on
Oh, they're
F3,
not going to
then
repeat.
Bishop E4.
No way.
I think Keimer's repeating once, but yeah,
We're
I
not
really
gonna
hope
see
he
it, are
doesn't
we?
repeat a second time. He is low on the clock, but his position just looks so good.
Good evening from the Netherlands.
Vincent.
Hello, and welcome. We are happy to have you here. And we're seeing this game where we're trying to figure out the best way for black to make progress here. If you guys are playing as Keimer, what exactly would you do? You don't want to repeat moves, so you can't go back to h3. How would you follow up? Okay, takes.
Okay, trades off, good. Because yeah, no, black's position just looks too nice to play. Okay, taking is good. Takes with the pawn because he didn't want to allow the rook getting to the e file.
And now you rook lift. Okay,
Ooh,
rook
there
f5.
he comes. Rook f5, second rook coming to f8. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. He's figured it out.
And I saw someone in chat say rook lift. So yeah, it's tough to try to defend this. I think you're gonna lose your queen at least, if not get mated.
Yeah, very tough. I mean, queen f1 looks like a move. Try to get queen h3 in. But queen f1, rook h5 even, just like, just dominating the queen. Not letting white move anything. Yeah, it's very close. At some point, black has d4 as well, if they want. So Sindarov's trying to use his like extra 3 minutes to come up with something. He's very tricky, very resourceful. So he's looking, he's looking.
Yeah, maybe you could try to sacrifice your queen for enough material, but even then you're getting checkmated. Wow. Wowza.
Yeah. Yeah, big game. This is game two of their match. So if someone wins this, then the loser is going home.
They're going home. We joke that they either have to do karaoke or to commentate with us if they lose. So I don't know. Either one. Either one. But this is a very important game. They've been tying it up so far. So it's rough with these loser brackets. You really don't have margin for error. You make one mistake even if the match is tied and it's over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like Korobov, he made one mistake and he's out. And Gelfand now, resting comfortably in the wings, waiting to see which of these juniors he'll be facing. So he's definitely playing guess the move on chess.com right now. Like, oh, what about queen f1? Maybe queen f1.
I miss guess the move. It was so good. I know they got rid of it probably because what would happen is when you try to analyze games, sometimes guess the move would just like go anyway. So you'd be analyzing and accidentally guess something.
Right.
But oh, I miss it. It was such a good feature.
It was
Maybe
fun.
I'll put in a special request there. Queen f1 makes sense, just trying to defend everything.
On queen g4. Okay, Keimer was ready for that. Rook e1. Okay, he wants to play rook e8. Where's the mate? Where's the mate? Rook f8. Now give black time. h5, h4, h3. Queen g2 check. Steal the deal. Maybe that's his plan. Maybe he's just going to play for that. Just put the pawn on h3. And just say, what can he do, white?
Okay, rook e6. Trying to make leeway with that knight, but
yeah, he's hitting the horse. Horsey needs a square. Knight b4. Okay, looks good.
That's a great square.
Looks like a square.
Wait, except okay.
Threatening to take on d3. Bishop a3 is a move, yeah, for sure.
Oh, but it doesn't work though, because I think the knight can just take anyway, and if you take the rook, maybe I don't know. Yeah, it feels like there's got to be a tactic.
Yeah, I think black is alright. I mean, you even have a5 if you absolutely need to, but yeah, I think you can take on d3, take on e1. As long as this f3 pawn stays on the board, basically, it's really hard for white to get out of the bind. So even if we trade some pieces, I think black is just crushing here.
And chat, you can take on d3 because if the queen takes back, you will be hanging mate in one with queen g2. So the tactics do work, but he only has 15 seconds to figure it out. I wonder if Keimer will.
15 seconds. Come on, Vincent.
Thank you, Run to Run. I appreciate that. Okay. All right, 5 seconds on his clock.
Rook e7, queen g2. Okay, simplifying. There's rook g7 in the position. Oh, but b2 is hanging. Oh, the bishop's lost. Oh, well, then that's that, I guess. That's a piece. That's a piece.
Wait. But maybe, okay, yeah, and if he tries rook e takes h7, you can just escape, most likely, through
yeah, rook g5.
Through the f-file.
Fantastic move, exactly. And white's rooks aren't coordinated well enough to do anything here.
Rough.
So Keimer,
but okay,
6
through. Seconds. Also, against 22 seconds now, the time gap has completely diminished. Yeah, this is probably Keimer's game. What do you think?
I think he has it. I think he's going to take this one. It's going to be some kind of last-ditch effort from Sandarov, but okay, g1 equals queen is a big threat, so king g1 you have to play. And he's just going to try to blitz him out.
Oh.
A draw would keep the match going, but not looking like a draw. Oh, knight f4. Oh, that's too strong.
That's brutal. Oh, and Sandarov resigns. Vincent Keimer is moving forward, it looks like.
Yeah, beautiful game from Keimer. As he gets the knight to f4. Now the rook comes in, and it's going to be mate very soon. So he advances. I think he's playing Gelfand in the next losers match, which we're going to see. Gelfand Keimer. That's almost legacy versus legacy, to be honest. That's like double legacy. Okay, now we still have game 3. Musard Caruana. Musard is down a point, so he needs to get back into this one. And there might be something going on in Division 2. I can check there.
Yeah, I took a look. There's a few games. You could take a look over there and see if anything's interesting to you.
Yeah. We have game 2, Lazovic Sargsyan. Looks like Lazovic is winning this match. But they're down to seconds here. And then Vidit Inchich also down to their last minute. So these games are very hot. And so is down to
very
seconds
spicy.
against Jose. Okay, so all the games are just crazy right now. Every game. Every game is wild. Division
Every
2
game
just on fire.
Every game. Okay.
Fire. Okay, Lazovic wins this one. He's up a rook now, so I think we can just call it. Vidit Inchich. Alex needs to win this game as white. But he is... I don't know. He's got this e-pawn, but black also has a d-pawn, so I don't know what's happening here. I guess black is...
He also has 15 seconds.
Somehow winning. Yeah, queen takes e4. It looks like a good move. Stopping white's e-pawn, and now time to promote, I think. Queen f8 check, king h7, g6, you take it. Oof. It's still complicated. It's still complicated. Dang.
Feels like you should have some sort of mate.
Does promote. Okay, queen f8.
Queen f8.
Now, you could take, I think king h7, though. h7, g6
And then
take.
g6 takes.
Rook takes. I don't know what's happening there. I don't know how black wins that. Takes. Check.
Oh,
you take the rook with check. Oh, Vidit's so good. Okay, so he's taking the rook with check, and then he gets rook e8 there at the end.
Oh, and then he's happy.
And then, extra. Wow, so Vidit, good at chess.
Crazy. Who would have thought?
Yeah. In other news, water wet.
Oh, boy. Okay, so we should probably take a look at Musard Caruana.
Wesley So Martinez, their game 2 was a draw, so they're on to game 3. And back to Musard Caruana here. Their third game, Musard, point down. And his position is looks all right, but nothing to write home about thus far. So, last move 91, interesting. He's going for, at some point, probably trying to maneuver the knight over to d3 and e5 or f4. So we might see queen e3, knight d3 coming up. Fabi thinking here. Fabi has a little bit worse structure, but nice pressure against the f-file. So kind of a balanced French structure.
Another structure I have to study, Kostya.
The French,
The French. It's always a little scary, though, like from both sides. I think with the French, if you take a look at both sides, if you take a look from white's perspective, it will look kind of scary for white. Pawn breaks, center. If you take a look from black's perspective, it will look bad for black. So I genuinely think no one's having fun.
No one's happy in the French.
No one's happy.
I guess that might be true. Some players are very happy. There are some fanatics. They're happy to play the French. They're happy to play against the French. I think, you just got to find your people. You got to figure out what side of the debate you're on. You either think the French is good or are you ready to crush it? Uh-oh, knight f3. Why is this a blunder? Knight takes g3 now? Oh, Fabi's going to pop on g3.
No way.
100%. He's going to pop it.
Oh, and okay. That is like a Fabi move if there ever was one,
there
right?
we go. Man, the dude's got an eval bar in his brain, I swear. He's just like, that doesn't look right. G3, beautiful. I mean, this is just devastation. Queen takes F4 check coming, and then Queen G4 check. I think actually he just wins back the piece right away. It wasn't even a sacrifice. So Knight F5 back, and now White's position is just collapsing. He can take on H4 here. I think he's gonna pop on H4.
Not so soon. Not so soon.
Oh no, Knight H4,
we don't
Queen
know.
H7. Sorry, Queen H7. Okay, do not pop on H4.
I think Bobby's gonna pop on H4.
G6. Yeah,
Okay,
that's a Fabi move. All right,
stopping
but
it.
next he's gonna pop on now for sure. For sure, the popping is coming.
Whoa. If
Knight
takes.
H4, King takes, Rook F4, King H3. Okay, no, it's kind of tricky. No, he's gonna go like King G7 or something. All right, Rook C8. He's okay. Forget about H4. He's not popping. But he's in control. I mean, a draw here, it doesn't clinch the match, but he gets White in the last game. If he wins this one, though, that kind of ends the match. So I feel like he's going to want to win it.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. He can just play slowly, and he's probably very happy in this position. Up his pawn, king weak.
Yeah, up a pawn, better king, better structure. Yeah, White's position very ugly. Like when your king and queen are both like tied down to pawns and your rook as well, it's just nothing is happy in this position for White.
Yeah, it's kind of sad because it's like Musard is so close to having a tactic, but everything's just barely covered.
Rook C4 now looks like pain. Just straight up pain.
Suffering.
Yeah. Yeah, D4 just falls. No, actually, beautiful picture of like economy of material where Black's knight on F5 is just like dominating so many of White's pieces that it's a beautiful sight to see. Okay, Queen B3, Queen D7, just defending, not giving White anything. Knight D4 now, major threat.
Okay, practical choices, right?
Yeah, just trying to trade off, but yeah, I think it's time to start taking stuff. Knight takes D4. Can take on F4 probably as soon as well.
You also have, I don't think it works just yet, but maybe E5 or something.
Oh, E5 is in the
check.
No, absolutely.
It's discovered.
Getting that queen in. No, very nice.
Oh, we see it.
Look at
I
that.
guess it does work if he plays it, right?
Look at that. Nice move. Now Rook F4 comes with even greater threats. And okay.
All right.
G6.
Trying for that G6 pawn.
Hey, Rook G4 now. Fabi very good at just converting these types of positions, not letting the opponent anything. I mean, he could even take on H4, I think. I don't think that's super dangerous because when you take on H4, you cover H5, which is nice. But I feel like he's not even gonna. I mean, he's just up like 3 pawns. There's just no need. Rook G4.
To quote you, Fabi, very good at chess.
Yeah. No, that was Vidit actually, but Fabi also very good.
Well, I was taking some liberties there,
I see. Yeah. Okay, Rook G4. Yeah, he's one of these guys. Just good at chess. What are you gonna do? Queen F5.
Yeah, I looked over at chat, then I looked over at the position again. It was like 10 times worse. It just devolves.
Mm-hmm. No, this one's
All the
over.
threats.
It looks like Fabi is going to be going to the grand final for Division III. So he's going through until tomorrow.
Look at that. Yeah, this game is his for sure. We can't commentators jinx this one. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, he's too good. He's too good for that to happen. Okay, what? Why didn't he take the rook at least? I didn't even see. It's not like okay, maybe mouse slip, but yeah, queen takes G4 and it's all over. Fabi through. Musard still has a chance though. He goes down to the losers brackets. We'll actually see him play again today.
Look at that, and that means while the losers bracket is I think some games have started in losers bracket semifinals. We also have our last game between Wesley So and Jose Martinez, or maybe our last game. If Wesley can win this one, he will. Even if he draws, he'll stay on. But he's down a point, Kostya.
Right.
Wesley's down a point here.
Yeah, that's big. That's big. So he has to win either this game or the next one to come back in the match. So that's pretty huge. This game looks even so far. I don't see anything tremendous for White. Jose just playing super solid. Well, yeah, what can he do? Wesley has to dig deep here to find a way to trick his opponent.
And it's kind of interesting, these tournaments, you almost force some of these players to play in styles that they don't always do. I mean, I don't want to say that they're uncomfortable with, because a lot of times they are comfortable with them. They just don't play that type of style very often. But we often see Jose Martinez with this like fast attacking chess, right? Very tactical, but he can also play slowly. Can also make the position a little bit dry. Ask Wesley, what are you going to do about it?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if he's used to being in the lead against like super GMs, but right, he just has to chill. He doesn't have to do anything. He just has to like not lose and yeah, force Wesley to bring all the heat.
To be fair, he is used to being in the lead against super GMs with his title Tuesday, but that is Blitz and this is Rapid, so it's a slightly different time control
Yeah,
format.
for sure. Okay, I see we're getting Gelfand versus Keimer in the loser semis soon. And then, yeah, Musard will be waiting for the winner of that match in the final. So Musard, he gets a bit of a break now, but then he'll get another chance to get back in. And he might get back in. I mean, Gelfand, Keimer, who are you taking there? Who's your pick?
Whew, I don't know. I have to say Keimer because I think with Gelfand, the time management we saw yesterday, that will be very tough against someone who's as fast as Keimer. Although maybe he will be bringing some speed today. What about you? What do you take?
I'm taking Keimer. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be like. I mean, Gelfand's had an amazing run so far, but Keimer's too fat. Is the youth over experience in these online formats? That's my
Okay,
opinion.
then I changed my mind. I'm taking Gelfand now because I want to be special. Okay, go Gelfand. You got this.
All right. Best of
Chat,
luck.
who are you taking?
Best of luck to you there. Yeah. What do you guys think?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe there'll be some people on my side here.
And then we're gonna have actually a very interesting match: Vidit against Lazovic in Division II losers semifinals. So who do you take there?
That is. Whew.
Wow, Rook takes
Hmm.
C6. Wesley with the exchange sack. Okay, Wesley. This I'm here for.
I'm gonna take Vidit, but I think it's very close.
Oh, you take Vidit. All right, I guess I'll take the young boy, the young boy who lived, Dennis Lazovic.
Thank you for that, Kostya.
No problem.
That was definitely an impression of all time.
Yeah,
Some
we'll
people
see.
are known
We'll see
for
what
their
happens there.
impressions.
It's true.
Some people do that.
Um, I like this. Wesley doing his best Tigran Petrosian impression. This rook takes e6, bishop e3. He just sacked the pure exchange, but it looks good. He's got a light square bishop. Amazingly, Engine is like it's equal, even though White is just down a rook for bishop, like for nothing. But Comfy's saying it's equal. It's kind of wild.
Maybe
Oh, never mind. Now it's saying black is better. Now it's understanding. Rook
I
is stronger.
I don't know. Maybe that rook belonged on a7 at some point. I'm not sure.
H4. Well, here comes White's attack. He's got H4, H5. He has knight G5 as well. Knight G5 is kind of an interesting move, just provoking. Oh, G3. Man, just completely slow playing this. It makes sense. Engine is saying White's even like tiny bit better here, which to me is actually shocking. Like because it doesn't look like White has any huge compensation for the exchange.
Yeah, that's some super GM stuff. Like, I think
Yeah.
those are the craziest sacrifices. It's not the sacrifices you see in tall games, right, guys? Like it's not like those crazy queen sacks where you have mate in 10. It's the sacrifices where there's no like easily discernible reason why it's good. Just positionally, you can slowly grind the position, slowly make your opponent uncomfortable. But I guess it makes sense because Wesley didn't like the position he was in before. He needed some action, and he was able to change the structure of the position.
Yeah, changing the character of the position, absolutely.
Character, right? Thank
No,
you.
no, but also structure. But yeah, but now it's like he's got some nice pressure. Bishop e4, maybe g4, g5, rook h1. The attack is rolling.
You do have the bishop pair.
Mm-hmm. b3. Wow, just super patient. Just not even allowing bishop e4, queen c4. And black just like has a hard time moving. Insanely instructive position actually. Now maybe g4, g4, g5.
g4 is interesting. Very aggressive.
Yeah. Rook d2. Okay. Wesley knows he needs to win, right? Someone someone told him in the Slack. He's so patient. Rook d2. I didn't even get this one. Okay, bishop e4. I thought that rook was going to swing over to h1 at some point, but okay. Yeah, queen h5. Yeah, I don't know. He had time for g4, g5 there. He kind of waited. Okay, queen h5. Rook d1 back. Yeah, I knew rook d2 was nonsense. Okay. Maybe king h3 somewhere. King h3, g4.
King h3. No way.
I mean, you gotta push this g pawn. I don't see another plan for white. Okay, king h8. King h3. Come on, Wesley.
Ooh, you just have to keep all your pieces
Bishop g5.
in their spaces.
Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Whoa.
whoa.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Mamma mia.
And if takes?
And if takes? Great question, Jules. What if takes? I
What
guess
if
you wanted
takes?
pawn takes. It looked very scary. You got like rook h1 coming. It looked very scary.
Takes.
Engine didn't really believe it. He drops back.
Wow. Okay.
I don't think we're going to see that again. King h3, Wesley, come on. What are you thinking about? King h3.
No, do not play King h3, Wesley. Do not do that. Oh my.
Yeah, King h3, g4. Yeah, I don't see the issue. Let me...
No. Rook h1. Rook h1.
Rook h1
and
also.
then you can just leave your bishop there.
So seemed fine.
And
King
you'll be
h3.
happy. Yeah. I don't know. There's probably something there.
King h3 was playable. It was playable. But rook c1, okay, he's just kind of like moving around.
All the winners, everyone in the winners division is playing for a spot. So yeah, I believe it's at least D2 winners, but also maybe D3 winners as well. Do you know Kostya?
Honestly, I have no idea. I thought I saw them announce that like Wesley's in, Lazovic is in, just based on how they've done so far. But yeah, I didn't really get it. But I thought I saw them announcing that there's like that the lineup is complete for the finals.
Okay, so I guess it's a lot more players than we thought. That'll be cool. I love their live events. I feel like that's a lot of fun. I like that they're doing more of those live events, especially with people watching, people able to cheer. It was so funny at the SEC finals, just hearing the audience like cheering for like a fork tactic, It was so good. It was amazing. I was watching it the whole time, like every single match I was watching. And then when I had to go to the gym, I was still watching at the gym. Like I could not tear my eyes away from it. My mom was talking to me. I had like one earbud in listening. I didn't even have to see the games. I could just like listen to the commentary and be like, oh wow, he must have hung something crazy. It was
Yeah, it was very
amazing.
fun. No, I like those live finals too. I like the big headphones that players wear. I think it's good. I think it's good for the sport.
You like seeing what they actually listen to. Apparently, Magnus listens to Flo Rida,
Yeah, for
so
example, it's super fun.
that's unique.
Rook C1. Now Jose has been tanking. He finally goes back. King to G8. He's just been shuffling back and forth. Yeah, at some point, Wesley's going to have to come up with a plan to actually push forward here.
Mm. I mean, technically, he doesn't need to win, but he will be in a very difficult position if he manages to draw, because then he will be in a must-win situation with the black pieces
Yeah.
his next game. Although that'd be fun to see for us, but it would be very difficult to play.
Yeah, no, that would be good for Jose because he has whites and just needs a draw. Won't be totally easy, but yeah, this feels like the best chance for Wesley to score a point in this match. Of course, he must be upset about that first game still, because now Jose basically stole that game from him. Just stole it. Just like called him
Yeah,
up and scammed him out
tactics.
of it. Yeah.
No, we were wondering if you get a little tilted. Like, chat, do any of you guys get tilted when you're like playing games online and then like you have an amazing position the entire time, you miss like one thing and the game's just over? I feel like that's one of the worst situations. I'd rather be like absolutely blasted off the board where I just never had a chance sometimes
Yeah,
than like
of
be in
course.
total control and then just something happens and you're very unhappy.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you want to feel like your opponent deserved the win. They outplayed you, they found some good moves. But like if you were crushing all game and then you just messed it up at the final seconds, you're like your opponent found some trick, and you're like, no, it's
It's
the
so
worst.
bad.
It's the worst feeling.
Yeah, okay. Someone in chat says, dear friend says the hardest game to win is a one game. Yeah. I quote that, and every time I quote that, people say like, no, the hardest game to win is a lost game, but it's true. Like you can be up pieces, you can be up positionally. Something happens, clock ticks down, and game over. Oh, wait, look,
King H3.
look,
Go
King
Wesley.
H3. You
Go
get your King
Wesley.
H3.
Nice. Nice. I mean, it looks
Are you
very annoying.
happy?
How do you deal with this? G4? G4 is a problem. G4 is a big problem. I think you got to move your knight back. I don't see what Jose does here. And then G4, G5 is on tap.
Wow, yeah, your queen will be trapped if you don't.
Right? Like he needs some special move. Okay, knight f8. It's going back.
G4?
Time for G4. Do it, Wesley. Do it. Do it. G4. G5.
Okay, and we see
Yeah.
it.
Go Wesley. G5. G5 next.
Yeah, you could sack the knight with check, but then you just be down a piece. You would rather save your queen, which he's seems to be doing. Queen e8.
All right,
No,
go
it's
Wesley.
it's
Go.
a it's a decent idea. It's better than losing a queen, but hopefully, as we saw, he could see it in advanced, which is a good thing. But it's always nice to find those moves. Those like Hail Mary moves for when you mess up something.
G2 back. Yeah, now he's hesitating. But I feel like G5. You gotta play You play G4. You play G4. You gotta play G5 now. And there's E5. So Jose, he's breaking. He's tired of waiting around. And now it's gonna get very sharp. His position's
This
opening
is
up.
his moment.
Players have 1 minute on the clock. Yeah, both are booting into high speed mode. Oh, bishop takes h6. Ooh, what a shot. Nice. If takes, he has 95, and then bishop h7. Okay, nice find by
So what do
Wesley.
you do?
Very, very nice.
And he only has Jose only has 32 seconds left. So even if there's like something here, it might be hard to find. Okay, knight. Wow.
Okay,
Knight
rook
takes if queen
e6.
takes, you win the queen.
Yeah, this guy was saved by
And
bishop h7. Okay, now Wesley at least has a pawn for the exchange, and black's king is open. So it's a nice position. Still very, very complicated. But he's going to try to bring all the pieces into the king side. Oof, yes, I think it's still great chances for white here. Black's king is just so open.
Yeah, I don't know. What are you gonna do here?
Okay, now
You can move
maybe,
your queen, and your knight won't be hanging because you still have that tactic.
yeah, maybe queen f3.
Makes
Start bringing
sense.
stuff in.
No.
Take c6.
Whoa.
Nice c6. Wow.
Okay, queen h4.
Queen h4. Geez, what's happening?
Oh, no, there's a tactic. There's a tactic. Will Wesley see it?
e7.
Yes, okay.
Oh, nice
Look at
move.
that.
Oh, takes
Queen
bishop
takes
d5 check.
b7.
Oh, beautiful.
You get your
Oh, he's winning
queen.
this one.
Oh, wow.
Look at that. Takes. And now the attack is too strong. Yeah, black had to give up the exchange because yeah, his king was just gonna get caught. And okay, Wesley, this is his bread and butter now. A better rook endgame. Needs to
Now
convert
he's
this.
happy. Yeah.
F4, king f3. No, I think this is cooked. I think this is cooked. This is a shrimp scampi.
A what? A
Shrimp
shrimp.
scampi. It's a dish. It just means cooked. Cooked shrimp. Cooked shrimp. It's cooked.
Okay. Got it.
He's
All right.
better. He has an advantage on the board.
Understood. Noted. Wow. Okay. Yeah, this is what he does best. He's not going to mess this up, and it's very interesting to see
Yeah,
as well
he's
from our
got this.
perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Although I've been jinxing games back and forth, so who knows?
Yeah, rook e6 was coming, so Jose, he's giving up the second pawn, but no way you hold this. Rook b6 now. Can give check. Just needs to hold on to his nerves, but it's totally winning. Also good if takes, rook g6. And that's it. Now it's 2 pawns. Wow.
We're gonna see
Very
some mega
clutch
technique here.
from Wesley. What a game. Just long exchange sacrifice. Eventually breaks through. Beautiful. Okay, rook a5 now. f6 also good. g6 coming. It's all over. It's all over. King h6.
And the expertise is he just knows exactly which end games he can trade his rook and be perfectly happy with. Even if he even if he loses a pawn, it's still winning. Like yeah. And this is over, and we see it. Wesley has tied up the match. He needed that. Match is now tied, so it will come down to next game. Oof.
Big time. It all comes down to game 4. In the meantime, let me see what else. We have Gelfand Keimer. Their first game was a draw. They're on to their game 2 in their elimination match. This is the losers semifinal for Division 3. I think we also have a losers semifinal for Division 2. Yeah,
someone
Vidit
asked
against
what was
Lazovic.
the name of the dish. It was shrimp scampi, right? That was what you said? Shrimp
Scampi. Yes, very normal dish.
Oh, yeah. Very normal indeed, I guess. All right, we have our...
So, Gelfand Keimer, first game was a draw. Vidit Lazovic, also first game draw. So, both these matches possibly going into Armageddon if we don't have a decisive result in game 2.
Yeah, I think Armageddon would heavily favor Keimer. Yeah? Oh, look, don't hang.
That's what we were thinking. But then, he beat Hans in that Armageddon. So, who knows? Who knows? Actually, this game 2 for Gelfand is looking pretty spicy. This is a classic Grunfeld. Gelfand's been playing the Grunfeld for longer than Keimer has been alive, actually. So he's got some experience. He's got some experience.
Yeah, they say Grunfeld is like that opening that's hazing. Like if you play the Grunfeld, you're going to lose all your games, then you'll learn the structure, and then, you'll be better for it.
Yeah,
That's what they kind of say about the Grunfeld. Like you'll
yeah,
be in
it's a good
pain,
opening.
but after you're done, you'll be better for it.
Right. Yeah, yeah. I think actually that's true for a lot of openings. I think it's like you get understanding and culture after playing them for a while.
Really, with a lot of openings, you'd say that about like London.
Yeah, you learn some stuff from the London. You get some structures. Even in the
What
London, you
about
get
Grob?
some Grob.
What about Grob?
Grob. Eh. I don't know about Grob.
Not a Grob fan.
Not a fan. I don't know what structures you're learning there. To be
Blazing asked, do you recommend the Grunfeld or King's Indian defense? What do you think, Kostya? I think you're the most qualified to answer on that one as someone who knows heavily KID and
Yeah.
has experience
Actually,
with both.
I think there's a pretty clear answer to it. They're both very good dynamic openings. But if you prefer more closed positions, then you should go for the King's Indian. And if you prefer more open positions, you should go for the Grunfeld. But they both lead to very dynamic positions. So you should definitely be um, willing to go into either one if you're a dynamic player.
Oh, that being said, okay, Kostya, story time.
Mm.
I was playing an over the board game and I accidentally went into a Grunfeld. This was back when I was like 1600 or something. I accidentally went into a Grunfeld
Okay.
because they did it English. And I was like, okay, what could be the worst that could happen? I should just trade off the pawn, get my knight in, and maybe I'll have some sort of kind of Sicilian-like structure, some sort of Alpine-like structure. And no, I accidentally went into a Grunfeld and I had the worst, it was the worst an hour and a half of my life. Trying to accidentally going into a Grunfeld, not knowing any theory, not knowing how to play it, not knowing the structure. It was rough. So you have to be a little careful.
Yeah. No kidding.
It happens. It
No.
happens. I thought I
Happens to
was
the best
avoiding
of
theory
us.
by doing it.
Happens to the best of us. Okay. But yeah,
Doesn't
that's why
know.
it's good to it's nice to kind of know a little bit about every opening because then you can kind of play it even if you didn't mean to go into it exactly.
Someone in chat asked if you're a grobber or a grob player. He's saying he guesses you're not, but maybe you'll surprise us. What do you say, Kostya?
I'm not much of a grobber, I gotta say. It
No.
feels obscene to push the G pawn so early. It just feels obscene. Like fight for the center. Come on.
Might be one of the worst first moves you can do, right?
Yeah, definitely. I think it is. Definitely bottom tier. D tier opening.
D tier. I know Alessia would be upset about that one. She really likes her grob
Oh, she
positions.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Man, Vincent, he's under some pressure here. This is like not fun. Black has like rook c2 if he wants. He's got e5. It's a lot of
Captain Nass,
a lot of
aren't there a lot of
corners.
nasty tricks with the grob though? There are traps and tricks with the grob, but yeah, I guess you just learn them and then if your opponent knows them, you're just lost after move one.
Yeah, it's just
Unfortunate.
traps. It's just traps. It's like, do you want to play chess or do you want to play traps? That's what you got to ask yourself.
I don't know. All the bullet players in chat like looking down right now.
Like, you want to play
Examining their
traps?
life.
That's fine. Yeah, bullet chess is right there. 1-0. God bless.
You don't play bullet chess?
No, not really. No. Not a fan. It's just, waste of time.
Ouch.
It's just like,
Oh, all the bullet players in chess like tuning out, clicking X.
I can see why people find it fun, but I don't find it that fun, and it's definitely not for improvement. So yeah, I just don't really do it.
Okay, but what will you say when these players get into time scrambles where they're both under 5 seconds? Maybe the one who's better at bullets gonna pull through.
Oh
No.
yeah, no, bullet. It can be important for blitz. Yeah, actually. I mean, I played some bullet when I was like training blitz myself. But yeah, I just don't like it. I just think it's just like it just becomes a mouse game, which is not super fun for me. I like bullet with increment, like 1+1. Definitely, that's real chess. But 1-0.
Who plays bullet with increment?
Yeah, so I understand it's not exactly like bullet. So yeah, if people want to play mouse chess, that's up to them. That's fine. But for me, guys like me and Gelfand, we like deciding things on the
Oh
board.
yeah,
A5, A4, exactly.
two similar players.
Yeah, yeah. Peas in a pod.
Are you? Have you played Grunfeld before then?
Uh, no, not really. I mean, I think I might have played it like once or twice, but I was
By
always
accident?
King's Indian guy. No, on purpose, on purpose.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
imagine
That's an
that.
interesting move. Yeah. A4, it feels like you might run into something now. Like it's a little scary with
Yeah,
that knight undefended, that B file open. You've got your bishop already facing B2.
it's loose. I mean, yeah, he didn't want to face A4, A3, but for sure it's a loose move. Now I would expect either rook to B8 from black at some point, but yeah,
Yeah, that
black
makes
is
sense.
very active, but still A5 is a weakness, so it's definitely not super straightforward how to proceed here.
Yeah, Nasilla says I don't play with any kind of time pressure. It's hard to play with time pressure, but it's important because even with over the board, you're going to get into situations where you have time pressure, unfortunately. Although I tend to be like you, I don't enjoy playing when I'm very down on time.
Yeah, yeah,
It can
yeah.
be tough. And
I'm
also
just
tournaments like these at the top level, you definitely see games being decided by blitz.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, these yeah, a lot of these come down to the just total scrambles. I was saying I was just gonna pop over quickly to Division Two. We have Lazovic against Vidit. Their
Hmm.
second game, also losers semifinal. This one's looking pretty even for the moment. So if this one ends
Sure.
in a draw, they're going to Armageddon here as well. So we'll keep
Ooh.
an eye on this one. Um, but yeah, I think the Gelfand Keimer game is more exciting. An E5 from Gelfand. Oh, nice move. I like this. He's taking the center. He's got E4 coming. Two bishops working hard.
We're hardly working. Okay. All right. Yeah. And even if you can plant your knight on H4, I guess once the bishop moves, it doesn't really do anything. You're just kind of stuck there.
Yeah, exactly. Probably bishop E6. Then you're eyeing the knight on B3. And then an H4 will have to come back.
Could you
Yeah,
do
it's a
knight
tough one.
H2? Knight H2. Hmm.
Yeah, we also have the Wesley So against Jose Martinez game. Let me check in on that one. This is game 4. So they're all tied up so far in this match. Fourth game actually looking pretty even. So if this one ends in a draw, Wesley won that
Armageddon.
last game by a miracle. If this one ends in a draw, then they're going to Armageddon here as well. So what should we do? Should we stick with this game? This is the winners. This is the winners final for Division Two. This is actually a pretty big match.
Sure. We can then just keep an eye on the Gelfand game in case something gets spicy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That game definitely one to keep an eye on. In the meantime, winners final. Whoever wins this guarantees a spot in tomorrow's grand final. It takes place on the big stage. Loser will have to win uh, at least one match in the losers final to then get back into it. So if you lose this match, you're not totally out. You then have to win another match and you get back in. But before that, I think we're going to see Armageddon because this one looks very, very drawish, especially if we get like a queen trade here. Knight takes f4, bishop takes f4. Looking super drawish for now. Queen f1, queen f3. Yeah, lots of moves for white. Queen f3 here.
Queen F3.
Queen g4 check also.
Hmm.
Guess he's calculating. You
Yeah.
want to win your pawn back, but how exactly?
I mean, you do have to be very careful of that passed pawn if you just trade queen straight off the bat, that e pawn. Maybe
Yeah, so I'm
that's
not sure you want
what
to take
he's
on
looking at.
e4. Exactly.
All right. Hmm. I wonder what he's. If you can trade queens and not allow them to fix up the structure, that'd be cool. But I don't know if that might be too much to ask.
Yeah, I'd rather just take on f4 without trading. But it's not easy. Like if queen f3, then black trades, and then got knight g6, and technically it's an extra pawn, although I think that's probably just a very equal position from there. So I guess Jose's thinking about whether he really, like, if he's looking for a way to try to push this for a win, or if he's happy to make a draw somehow. I guess he has to decide that for himself.
He has to look into his soul
You gotta
and
look into your
decide.
heart. Yeah, and it's
I
very
think he should
important.
be
Yeah.
happy to go to Armageddon. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like a Wesley's been absolutely clutch in these Armageddons, but I don't know. I think maybe a more blitz format could give him a chance, Jose
Yeah.
Martinez, to really put some pressure on. Although,
I mean, this is Jose
yeah, of
Martinez
course.
Alcantara we're talking about, first of his name.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
champ.
Goes for this endgame. I guess this wasn't it, but we'll see. We'll see how ambitious Wesley is in this knight endgame. Because, yeah, we were liking this e-pawn for black. I thought he had other options, but he ends up going for it. Wesley could steal this game and then just win the match with clutch knight endgame.
Speaking of, it looks like, believe it or not, Gelfand is up on the clock 1 minute and 43 against 8 seconds with
Ooh,
Keimer.
wow. Okay, let's stick with this for a sec. See what's happening here. Oh boy.
Hi, Hams. Nice to see you here.
Well, Boris,
Oh,
huh?
yeah.
Boris
I
just
know, that's
playing inspired
crazy.
right now. Just look at this. Wonderful to see.
Yeah, his timing has been remarkable today, especially compared to yesterday. Like he's just been playing quickly, he's been playing accurately, everything you can ask for.
Yeah.
And you know what? Weren't you the person who's like, no, I think Keimer's gonna win? And I
Mm-hmm.
I said I am for Gelfand.
Yeah. No,
So
exactly.
I
I
would
picked
just like
Keimer,
to remind chat of that.
but I won't hate it if Boris wins.
Of course, who could hate it if Boris wins? But well, besides Keimer. Yeah, but he's thinking, and as his time dwindles down, maybe it will get more unclear. I'm not sure.
It should be 6. Okay, he really tanked. Yeah, I like that 5, but goes for this one, offering up the
Right, knight
e-pawn.
takes.
Now, does he take on b2? Does he go rook c2? Okay, takes on b2.
That was his
Keimer,
idea, I
one
guess.
second. Oh my god. Keimer, don't flag. Boy, rook c2 now from Gelfand.
Oh my god, with 15 seconds.
What's wrong with rook c2? Just go for the second.
Rook c2. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, king g7.
Wants
Rook
to trade off? Okay.
Okay, he's going caution first, but safety first
With
approach.
7 seconds, and now, when he doesn't have a lot of time, he's playing quickly, though. He's playing quickly, but he has to think, oh, 7 seconds, scary.
Yeah. No, I love what Gelfand's doing. Oh, he's got rook e2 now as well. Oh, bishop e3, he missed it. Oh, wow. He's still converting, though. He's like slow and steady, but he's still got his extra
9
pawn.
seconds.
He's doing it his way. Can Keimer
Okay,
save
where do you
it?
move the bishop?
Be fine.
All right,
Oh,
still
Keimer's
just
close here.
targeting that bishop.
5, A3.
Maybe rook b2. Oh, 5 seconds. Okay.
Another check.
Don't repeat. Oh, he does not want the repetition. He's worked hard for this position. He doesn't want to give that.
Knight C2, and that's it. Looks like he's picking up the pawn. And now Keimer might play for a bit.
Oh,
now
you
that
have
he's
to-
gotten
yeah.
his pawn back. He's
Also,
got
it's 4
knight
seconds against 12
bishop.
seconds.
Yeah, he's going to play a bit. Gelfand should hold it, but you never know.
That's a little scary.
G5. Ah, okay, yeah, they
Okay.
make a draw now.
Trades.
Yeah,
Okay,
This will be
okay, okay.
Oh boy.
right, there we go. We get our
and
draw.
We're going to Armageddon. Wow. Wow.
That was crazy. I guess that's so hard to convert, even with a little bit of an advantage on time. And it just shows that Keimer is very skilled at that. Oh, wow.
Jules.
Wow, 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 wow.
Looks like Wesley's
see.
winning. Wesley's winning
Oh
the
my.
match. I don't know what happened, but he traded off the
Should we
knights
take a look
somehow.
at what happened?
He traded off the knights. Okay, here's how. Knight d5. And Jose just took on d5 and went for this king and pawn endgame, which looks very bad, and ended up losing.
Hi, Valentis from YouTube. Hello, everybody. Yeah, this is kind of... Oof.
So Wesley's winning this match.
Yeah, that e-pawn. And the best thing about this pawn structure is, like, you can use your h-pawn every single day of the week, but your king will be stuck there trying to defend these two pawns. It will never be able to take the f4 pawn because the pawn will be in time to promote. It is brutal.
Yeah, and black's pawns are just faster here. C3, C2, and it's over. So D6, C2, D7, and black queen's first. And then should be winning queen and pawn in game. You can even go queen D2 check, actually. Just trade the queens off, and you end up with an extra pawn in the eventual king and pawn endgame. So just queen D2 is GG.
He's taking a second to calculate that. And he does it.
Wow. And Wesley takes it. So he's going to move to the grand final, Division 2. Jose Martinez not out. He's going to play the winner of Vidit Lazovic. And actually, we should jump there because
Sure.
Vidit is actually very close to winning this game against Dennis. He was winning just a moment ago, but now it's close. He's got extra pawn, knight endgame.
Okay, let's take a look.
E2.
Really getting those end games today.
Yeah, Dennis holding this just by his last breath. He's using to hold this endgame. And he's managing.
This is nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Vidit needs to not flag.
It's hard to make progress here.
But yeah, that's the issue. White is getting very active. H5 is coming to trade off the pawns. And yeah, Dennis is saving this one. Okay, so they're going to Armageddon as well.
Yeah, I don't know. A draw by insufficient material. Okay, they will go to Armageddon. That will be very interesting. What do you think will happen there? Who's your favorite?
Ooh, I mean, I gotta go with, I gotta go with my boy Vidit, but I don't know. Lazovic is good. Lazovic is very good.
All right, I don't know. I think it could be anyone's game there, but it actually depends on the bids. Let's see what their bids are for Armageddon. I think that will be very, very interesting. I believe we have an Arma that has started. Right. Okay. Boris Gelfand will be bidded 725. Keimer bid 714. So he will start as black. Really close bid.
Wow, 714.
Wow. Very, very close bid.
So Keimer black, okay. Gelfand white and has to win. They had 2 draws in this match, so Gelfand will have to be the first to draw blood. Not going to be easy. Not
Absolutely wild.
He starts knight f3. There we go. Okay, so we got Armageddon here. Jules Musard waiting for the winner of this game to play in the next match, which will take place right after this. And then we have Lazovic against Vidit Armageddon happening soon. Also, so big matchups, big matchups.
Very exciting. Yeah. Have you ever played any of these guys as well, Kostya?
Yeah, I think I played Keimer online, maybe once or twice. And Gelfand, I don't think so. I think I've played Jose as well.
In
On
a
Vidit.
Title Tuesday?
Vidit, yeah, like Title Tuesday or yeah, one of these random events.
Ever played any of them over the board?
Over the board, no, none of these guys. I guess okay, Fabi, I played over the board, rapid, a couple times.
Oh yeah, how'd that go?
Good, 1-1, 1-1, one loss, one win. Win was more recent.
Is the
Happened earlier this year.
the
Thank you for asking.
note-taking scorecard taped on your wall or something?
Actually, where do I have the? I don't think we were taking notation because it was a rapid game, but I should have something. I'm
Make
sure
him
I have
sign something.
I've got a Twitter post that'll live on forever. Yeah.
Wow, crazy. And yeah, it's interesting putting Gelfand in this like must-win position. He had this last time as well
Yeah.
against Hans in his Armageddon game.
But
No, he
was,
had draw odds actually.
he
Yeah,
was
no,
black,
he was
yeah,
playing from the black
which
side. Yeah.
seems like a more convenient position for him. He's very solid, very crafty, good defender, but now he's gonna have to win. I do like what he's done so far. He's got this like reverse Benoni. These positions are very dynamic, very double-edged. You got lots of plans for white. Knight a3, knight c2, a3, bishop g5. Is also very logical, just trading off the bishop for black's knight, and then developing the rest of your pieces harmoniously. So it's a good position for Armageddon, I would say.
Knight a3.
And knight a3, knight c2. Yep, there we go.
Is the idea behind this, if you take the knight, you're giving up your bishop pair, so it's fine to double your own pawns. You'll get the b file, you'll get the bishop pair.
Yeah, absolutely. If bishop a3, ba3, I think white's happy. Rook comes to b1, rook b5. And yeah, the activity definitely makes up for the weak pawns. So Gelfand's a positional guy, but he totally gets, he doesn't mind. He's like, no, piece activity.
He gets it.
Yeah, he gets it. He gets it.
Bishop
Exactly.
takes f6. Now, what's the idea behind bishop takes f6 instead of, say, retreating your bishop, maybe d2 or something?
Yeah, basically in these positions, actually, white is often happy to trade minor pieces because white is technically the one with less space. And by trading positions, you kind of free your by trading pieces, you free your position up a bit. So now you got like knight d2, you have a3. All of white's pieces have reasonable squares. And then white has this natural plan of building up on the queen side. So basically the idea of trading off the bishop is to just get it out of the way because you don't have good squares for all your pieces. So rook b1.
Nice,
yeah,
nice.
Gelfand playing this very classically. He wants a3, b4. Maybe a4 from black is an idea. Or dropping the bishop back first and then looking for a4. Okay, queen e7 also makes sense. He's eyeing the b4 square. So a3 bishop comes back, and then it's hard for white to achieve b4. So Keimer, he's classically trained. His coach was Peter Leko, who's as legacy as they come. So he knows a thing or two about how to play Benoni positions. He just made room for the f pawn. So f5 is coming next, controlling the e4 square. So
If
he's in
knight
control.
e2 hopping into e4, will it be met by f5 or will that create weaknesses?
Yeah, exactly. I think knight d2, black goes f5, either right away or maybe bishop e6 first and then f5. You can wait for the knight to show up on e4 as well. But yeah, I'd probably go for immediate f5.
I wonder, that's probably what he's considering now. So if you don't go for that plan, would you still want to plant your knight on d2 or maybe go for your a3 thing as well still here?
Yeah, those are white's moves basically. Either knight d2 or a3. Okay, queen c1.
Okay.
Queen c1's tricky. I guess he didn't like either of these moves. His idea might be to go like a3 and then b3 and then queen b2. And then you cover a3 and then you slowly get b4 in.
Very interesting. Yeah, we're definitely seeing some positional expertise
Right.
here.
Yeah. Dude knows what he's doing. Okay, bishop d6. So b3 first, yeah, because if a3, both these players playing high-class moves. If a3, then there would have been a4, fixing the structure, so b3 first. And now he wants a3 and b4. Okay, black goes bishop g4. I don't know where that's going. Black doesn't really want to trade off this bishop, so h3 here would be my question. What about just h3? Where's this bishop going? I guess he wants to take on f3, but I would be happy for white to get that light square bishop.
Someone asked a question on chess books. What chess books do you enjoy reading? I know Kostya has a lot of recommendations.
Yeah, but this is subjective questions. What books do you enjoy reading? So anyone can
And to keep it on brand, a very nice book that I enjoy is actually played by a guy playing this game right now. I think it's, what is it, Positional Decision Making in Chess by Gelfand. And a very good book, very interesting. And yeah, even if he wasn't playing, that might be one of my answers as well.
Yeah, very enjoyable book. Ooh, f5. Keimer, his last two moves were question marks, even though they're both kind of...
they make sense. They're
both logical, yeah. But, okay, we'll see if Gelfand, he's still got 90 seconds. He's going to get some light squares here soon. Queen b2. Okay, yeah, going for b4.
By the way, it is official. Wesley So is moving on in the winner's bracket final. Jose Martinez will be in the loser's bracket, so we will see that coming up as well. And I'm sure the Losvik Gujarati Arma is starting soon. I will keep my eye on it to see what the starting times are.
They'll be coming up. This one's coming down to it. Less than 4 minutes for Vincent. No increment in these games, folks. No increment. So they're playing with +0 on their clock.
Yeah, How to Reassess Your Chess. That's a very good book as well. I've read that. Okay. All right. So he's definitely calculating e4. What else is he calculating? Maybe f4 is interesting. G4, I don't think you could get away with, but that'd be cool.
Yeah, e4.
Or, okay.
On tap, rook d8. There comes b4. Takes. Now c5 is threatening b5 and e4. Yeah, engine doesn't like that.
E4.
What makes these Benoni positions so tough to play? Like, make natural move, but now the d pawn will hang. Okay, de4 apparently wasn't it. Maybe could have taken on d4 first. But yeah, this is opening up fast. Now, Vincent thinking, why not take on e4? White takes on d4. Takes, and bishop e5. Hard to say what's happening here. Hard to say.
Shenanigans, yeah.
Shenanigans, exactly. Yeah, but Gelfand
You're probably happy.
Now what? Is he thinking about f4 maybe? I think he's thinking about f4. Just trying to like play fast and loose, but no, takes on d4, okay. Now white's a pawn up. White's a pawn up, but black's going to get some play here. Bishop e5, exactly. c5 coming. I think c5 maybe is the move.
c5? Takes?
I think so, yeah, and then just like queen takes and try to open the position up. No, maybe bishop f3, yeah, I was just thinking bishop f3. Ooh.
Oof.
Ooh.
How spicy.
Who needs to win this? Gelfand does. Gelfand needs to win. He's up a pawn. But now this attack
you do
is very
not
annoying.
want to...
Yeah.
Chatters. You do not want to take that bishop. You do not want to take that bishop. It might be a little scary.
Yeah, very scary.
I guess if you can reclaim that pawn, but I don't know if you'll be in time to reclaim that pawn. It could be very scary.
No, that pawn's not going nowhere. Not going nowhere. Well, 5 minutes for Gelfand now. He has time to kind of think about this. Maybe he's got a way to just keep the pressure, like keep the tension, keep his extra pawn. Clearly black has a lot of play, but it's not like white is busted or anything. So Some chances. Okay, c5. King h8. Keimer. He's just saying, you know what, boss? I'm good here, actually. I'm good here. You take on f3, I'll take back. You don't take, fine. I'll chill. No problemo. c6,
Oh,
maybe.
and yeah. By the way, yes, it's probably the last game, and if it's drawn, Armageddon between Denis Lazovic and Vidit Gujarati. So they're not at Arma yet. It's their last game here.
I think
so. We'll see. I'll keep an eye and see how that goes.
Yeah. Okay, finally takes on f3. Wow, brave decision from Gelfand here. But I guess he doesn't see how he's getting mated, so takes on f3.
All right, let me see what time they started with. I guess they're in Arma because it says... okay, so he started with 2 minutes and 47 seconds less. No, that's not true. That's the Gelfand one. Let me see. Sorry, continue while I do my research. Yeah, so he started with a 3-minute deficit, Lazovic, to get the black
Lazovic
pieces.
black. So Vidit, white, must-win situation. Okay. Yeah, we'll head there as soon as this is done.
We can. It still looks like on its way, so it has time. We can keep an eye on this one.
We'll have time. In the meantime, Keimer, under 2 minutes, has to come up with something here. All right, Queen g6. Okay, and then what? Queen h5. Queen h5, Queen h3 is coming. But white has time. King h1, Rook g1 is typical defense. Other than King h1, he can also... No, he doesn't want to go h3. h3 allows bishop takes g3 moment. So King h1 looks like the move. Queen h5, Rook g1. What else?
Yeah, that does look solid.
I guess you have time. On Queen h5, you can meet that with King h1, so you can make another move here. But what do you play? Queen c4, Queen d3. Gelfand, come on. You got 3 minutes. It's not a lot of time. Gelfand needs to keep advantage on the clock to win this.
To win this, because there is no increment, everyone. There's 0 increment in this game. So technically, Gelfand could flag Keimer. It will just be very difficult.
I don't think he's flagging Keimer. I think if anyone flags this game, it's going to be Gelfand, but that's why he needs to just keep his edge on the clock and not let that happen. Okay, Rook d5. Ooh, Keimer playing very annoying, though. Very annoying with playing against the pin.
So you'll probably want to exit that pin at some point, which he does. Going for a trade.
Queen
which
G4,
I do not think Keimer will be happy. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not letting up.
And
now it's just very nice pressure for black. You're putting pressure on d4. You have h5, h4 coming if you want. So, oof. Yeah, it's looking like Keimer's game, actually. He just needs a draw. And he's catching up on the clock quickly. Down to 40 seconds now.
That knight is finally free to move.
Knight b3. Can you take on d1, take on b4? No, he just goes rook d5. Just doubling on the d file. Makes sense. Makes sense. Knight d2.
Takes.
Uh-oh. That looks like a mistake. I don't know why. Queen takes b4 maybe. Just take on b4, take on c5. Does he have something better?
Queen takes b4.
Queen b4, take on c5. You got 2 passed pawns on the queen side. Nice bishop. h5. Okay. Moves are coming fast now. Gelfand, though, still with the lead. Knight e4. Bishop e7. White's position, though, very tough to play. Very tough. Just no space, no activity.
But he's playing it very well. Yeah.
He's holding on, yeah, but he needs to win somehow.
Yeah.
He needs to win.
That's true. If only Gelfand had draw odds here.
Yeah, okay, knight b5. Okay, you got something now. created some weakness. Maybe knight d4 back.
You have a nice outpost.
Yeah, absolutely. Bishop f6. Knight f5. Oh, nice move. Nice move covering h4.
Right away.
Queen takes b4. Knight d6. Gelfand taking over. This is his chance. He's got queen g6. Queen g6.
Ooh. Oh,
Bring the
queen
queen
g6 is brutal. You would be threatening e8, queen e8. You'd be threatening a lot of things here.
Queen e8. Queen takes h5. He's calculating, but he has to see queen g6.
Oh, and he has to move quickly. He has 57 seconds.
Keimer sees it as well. Queen g4. He's got the response. And all of a sudden, black is fine. What?
Ooh.
That was wild. On queen g4, there was something, huh?
Knight f7? No. Check. Back, and then you have...
And knight h6? Yeah, knight f7 was just winning the exchange.
Oh, wow.
Oh, he missed knight f7.
Brutal. I didn't see that whole line. Brutal.
Knight f7, because king j, knight h6 wins the queen, so you'd have to give the exchange, and then white's winning. Oh, he missed it.
Yeah, and if you play knight f7 now, maybe they have something. I'm not sure. Knight f... Oh, yeah. Maybe they have just rook d8.
Now black is fine. Queens have come off, but Keimer's holding. It's down to the time scramble. Gelfand needs to play the fastest he's
really
ever played in his life right now.
Oh, no.
What's that? What's that? Oh, he's just playing on the clock. Look at this.
Looking for that promotion.
Oh, and you could have taken on g3. That would have drawn the game. Oh, Keimer's totally messing this up. But can he blitz Gelfand out?
I think he might be able to, but it's 8 seconds to 13 seconds, and Keimer keeps... No, the time keeps evening.
Yeah, and Gelfand's he's not a pre-mover. Keimer's a much better pre-mover, so this could get ugly. This could get ugly. He's totally winning. Gelfand.
We haven't seen him pre-move once this entire time.
No, pre-move. The clock is just moving too fast. Go, Gelfand, go.
Pre-move.
No.
Oh, you can't pre-move. I heard that was a pre-moving thing. Oh, that was insane.
You hate to see
it. Brutal. Poor Gelfand. And Keimer moves through. Keimer is moving through. Wow. Brutal.
He did what he had to do, Jules. He did what he had to do.
You flagged him.
Oof. Leiko's going to get an email tonight from a very angry Boris guy. Is this what you teach your pupils?
Your kids. Oh boy, brutal. But I mean, that's what you got to do. And I mean, that was one of the reasons we might have thought that Keimer was going to go through here, because, you know, he does have that pre-moving experience.
Yeah, once it went down to seconds, I mean, the pre-moves were just too fast. I just quickly switched over. We got Vidit, Lazovic, the other Armageddon. But this one is all Lazovic. He's up 2 minutes on the clock. And there's a nice position, and again, no increment. So
with
Vidit
draw
is
odds, right?
Just flagging here. Yeah, he's got the draw odds. So I think this is just over. I think Vidit just ran out of time.
Yeah, and, if you go back in time, it looks like the position was quite nice for Vidit before.
That's it. I think he flagged. Oh no, it's still going. Oh, okay. It's connection issue. Game's still going. He's still playing. He's still fighting. Go Vidit, go. But he is dead lost, so that's not going to be good.
We also have note that they're going straight into the losers final for D3 Vincent Keimer versus Musard. Will be beginning now-ish.
Well, okay.
So that will be a very interesting match.
Not wasting any time. Keimer Musard. The winner of that match gets the chance to play Fabi. Actually, in either case will be a revenge match in Division III finals. The winner of this match is playing Jose Martinez. So this is brutal. Oh boy, Lazovic looks to be converting.
Yeah.
Dang, knocking Vidit out of Division II.
Tough for Vidit. Yes. Yeah. Tough. And you see, there's no defense here. And there we go. The victory goes to Lazovic. Wow. Well played by him. Oof. Was a good game, but it went down to timing. And it is just in time, actually, for our D3 losers bracket final. I believe this. Yeah. All right.
Wow,
Jules
we're
Musard,
just
Vincent
going
Keimer.
straight into it. Game one, Keimer Musard, amazing.
Yeah, Blazing, we
Um,
think that might be it. It might not be enabled. But yes. All right. How did we start here?
yeah, and we're off. Jules, I think I should take a quick break. You want to also take a quick break? Or do you want
Yeah,
to?
we can take a quick break.
Okay, folks, we'll take a very quick break. Then we'll be back. Last match of the day, losers final, Division II, Division III. We'll see you all in just a few. All right, folks, welcome back. We got the losers' final matches, Division II, Division III. Here I have Keimer Musard up on my board. We also got Jaspom against Lazovic going on in Division II.
Ooh, now that's a match. That'll be fun.
Yeah, that's a match of the onliners if there ever was one. That's
And I did tell
Big
Kostya I
on
was
that.
ready to come back, but I'm gonna turn the AC on real quick because I feel like a cooked chicken. So one moment.
You're
Take it
good.
away.
So this is game one, folks, of a 2-game match, best of 2. Once again, if tied after 2 games, they go to Armageddon. This is just the first game. Let's run it back, see how we got here. This started off as C4, transposed to Queen's Gambit, declined. Classic Carlsbad structure. We saw this earlier, both players here, lots of experience. And this one, Bishop G3, Bishop D6, Bishops got traded. And Knight E2, Knight F4, C5, trades on E6. Interesting. Allowing Black to push C4 if Black wanted to. And then Rook C8, Rook C1. So if C takes D4, White was ready to sacrifice the queen for 2 rooks. Instead, we saw E5, Bishop F5, E4, Knight H4. And this position is definitely heating up. White's playing for these light squares on the king side. Black has a lot of space, though, so...
Knight G6
could end up
looks
going
kind of
either way.
interesting.
Knight G6 definitely feels like a move. Black will play Rook E8, and then maybe Knight comes back to F4 from there. Knight looks very nice.
By the way, welcome back, everyone. We are covering the Julius Baer Generation Cup. These are the last few matches. The last few matches, but we have a few games left in all of these. It will be a lot of fun. We'll get to check it out. So I appreciate you guys for being here, Derek, Omar. Nice to see you guys again. We have a lot to cover. Thank you for letting us have our break.
Yeah,
that Knight F4 square looks nice.
Okay.
I mean, my namesake, of course, Jules Musard. I have to, right?
You gotta be rooting for Jules.
Unless it would make me the cooler Jules not to win if he didn't win, but I don't think that would be the case. I think I think
you gotta be on Team Jules.
Yeah.
I always root for the Kostyas
cooler.
whenever I see. It's rare, but whenever I see a Kostya playing, I root for them.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. So then it makes sense because since he will always be the cooler Jules, right? Whether he wins or loses. Then at least if he wins, he's the even cooler Jules. So the cooler he is,
yeah, the better makes all Jules look. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Because then the competition's higher. Okay, yeah, it makes sense.
Well, I'm rooting for Vincent because I'm against
all Jules.
I'm against all Jules.
Okay. Noted. PJH says he would love to see Jaspom win.
Yeah, Jaspom's
hello,
a
Brody.
cool cat.
Nice to see you.
Lazovic's cool. And yeah, so these players, they're fighting for a chance to take on Fabi in Division 3 final. They both already lost to Fabi, so it's going to be a rematch. Very, very tough for them. The other two will be facing Wesley So if they win.
Right, and
there's the brackets.
It's tough. Yeah. I will take a look at
6 now. Yeah, Keimer's still a bit of an edge. He's up on the clock, trying to figure out how to squeeze a win from this first game.
Right, and so you guys know you're not really missing anything in the Jose Martinez Denis Lazovic match. Looks a little drawish.
Yeah.
Although this is Kostya's bread and butter, so.
Ooh yeah. This endgame, amazing. But no, looking like a draw is pretty likely here. So this match, I feel like, is going to go to Armageddon. I feel like we're going to have 2 draws and then Armageddon. Keimer Musard, though, not sure. Keimer might try to win this in regulation.
Interesting. That's probably what he's thinking about, whether to trade queens, whether to try to keep the queen on the board, try to press on.
Yeah.
What would you do, Kostya? And chat, what would you do?
Oh, I'd go for the endgame.
And
I'm
he
going
does
for
too.
The endgame all day.
All day, every day.
all day. But it's not much, honestly. Okay, knight f4, rook d1, but black has resources as well. Black can put the rook on d8. The knight can at some point hop to d3. It's not so easy, actually. How do you defend this pawn? Maybe knight a4 somewhere. Rook e5, knight a4. Maybe
Well, that
G5
must be what
and
he's
knight
thinking
D3.
about.
Yeah,
He's now 2 minutes down on the clock, which might turn out to be important in this match.
Use that time. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
He's no old timer. Like old timer. Get it? Old timer.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Thank you.
10 out of 10.
I appreciate it. I'm learning. You know, my pens have gone much worse since I joined the chess community.
Much better, you mean. We did get a draw with Martinez against Lazovic, as expected. So they're on to their game 2. And Musard here still thinking it's not easy because how do you defend the pawn? Because rook d1 is coming. So he has to come up with something very concrete here. Maybe like rook e5 and then the knight coming to a4. I'm not really sure. It's tough. Oh, but he goes d4.
Also,
okay.
Yeah.
So there's his idea. d4. Wow. And if takes?
Bold.
Then what? Knight d3? Take. Rook d1. I don't know. Okay, he goes 96. But this is just a pawn. This is a pawn now. It's pawn up for white.
I guess he's hoping that his king is in time, but then he also has that weak e4 pawn. It's hard. It's a very difficult position here. I mean, you're just gonna have to try to hold it.
Yeah, it wasn't easy to figure out. But he ends up giving up a pawn to like try to get some activity in this rook endgame. But well, Keimer can drop back with his knight, but also I think he can just go for the rook endgame, go rook d1, and yeah, just enjoy his extra pawn. Looking like a nice chance for Vincent here.
And it's also very important to note that these are the losers finals, which means the matches are shorter than in the winners bracket. They have less games, so less room for error.
Mm-hmm.
A single victory could be very decisive.
Yeah. Musard will have to strike back in the next game. If he loses this one, it's not over yet. Keimer still has to convert it, but Keimer very, very good at endgames. Really strong. Fast, technical. He like knows everything. Very dangerous.
Fair enough. Yeah, it's a difficult position.
And now he's thinking about it. Maybe he's thinking about just immediate rook d1. There's so many nuances.
But it's good for Musard if he's thinking about it, because right now Keimer is up like a minute and a half. It's
a lot
tough.
of time.
So if you even out the time, maybe you have chances, especially in this end game.
Yeah. So he's using Keimer's time to think right now, but Keimer's also using that time to think. Okay, takes rook d1. And now what was Black's idea here? Is it to play e3, try to activate? Is it to go rook d6? It's very close here. Very, very close. Okay, it does go e3. But takes king f2.
That's cool. Good question.
Just a take and king f2 situation.
Maybe you're hoping that you can just hold, be in time for the d pawn, and even if you're a pawn down, the double pawns will end up not being as good. Maybe that's the idea.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh, d5.
Ooh, spicy.
Okay, allows e2, but then he wants
Wow.
rook e1. That should be pretty drawish. I don't know. Okay, Keimer seems to think he's going to have some chances here, but to me it looks more drawish now than it was a few moves ago. e2, rook e1, they'll trade pawns, and then it's just 3 versus 2 on the king side. Okay, Musard also doesn't believe. Rook e5, okay, d6, king f7 even, actually. So g4. Okay, solely white will win the e-pawn, black will win the d-pawn. And we're going to have this 3 versus 2.
All right.
Some chances, some chances.
Yeah, I know these positions when they're like technically a draw or technically a little drawish, like they're so like hard in theory, no, in
Yeah.
practice to uphold to make work. I
Yeah,
don't
it's like
know.
hard to convert, hard to defend. Both sides have a hard time here.
Both of them are struggling.
Yeah. But no, Vincent will clearly, yeah, look to milk this as much as he can. Because it's a good chance, it's like extra pawn, and yeah, I think it's pretty drawish, but you never know. Black still has to be very precise. Okay, let's check the other game. This is game 2 here. Lazovic looks like played f3 Nimzo.
Ooh,
And
exciting. That's a
yeah,
fun position.
pretty, yeah, imbalanced structure, doubled c pawns. White gets the 2 bishops. Knight b4, but looks like balanced so far. Imbalanced, but balanced overall. Knight coming to d5. And yeah, black is not down a pawn, but has a very nice structure. And yeah, should be
Oh, but
holding his own.
yeah. I just love when the knight gets into d5 there
Mm-hmm.
because you can never really kick it.
Yeah, I mean, you basically have to trade it off, I think. Although he doesn't want to. He doesn't want white to kind of fix the pawns, but otherwise you're dealing with knight takes f6, knight b6. I think you got to take, yeah. He was just figuring out which piece to give up. He decides to give it the bishop. Interesting. So it's going to be 2 knights versus 2 bishops. And Engine
That is an
actually really
interesting
likes
choice,
white, but
yeah.
I feel like black is very solid, in fact. Knight d7, b5. Interesting. And
Yeah, and you're very happy here.
all right, we'll keep an eye on the let's go back to Keimer maybe, just because this game is yeah, they're down to just under a minute. So if Keimer can win this,
Let's do it.
it's off to a nice head start.
Oh, and it looks like it's gone better.
Yeah, slowly making progress, but okay, nothing happening yet. He's just dragging Musard down on the clock, little by little, hoping to get him down to 10 seconds, and then he's gonna
And
make his
push,
move.
make some progress.
Exactly, that's how they do it. Okay. What now? Rook c7.
All right.
Okay, king will go back. I don't see why this is so incredible, but we'll see.
Hmm. Perhaps the king is just stuck there on f6, and the king will try to get active as we're seeing, but
Yeah, white's rook has gone inactive,
yeah.
so now he's making real progress. b4 somewhere. b4. Okay, gives check first. King g5 should try to come up. b4 now. Take.
b4 stopping b4. All right, well, with 4 seconds on his clock, he does get a little bit of increment, but that is tough.
Yeah, no, very hard to hold it. And Keimer, he's just kind of playing this perfectly. Yeah, now he wins the b pawn. Black's going to go for this like kingside counterplay, the rook g2. But it's 2 pawns now. Maybe you can even bring your king back. King e4, king f4. Okay, gives him their check. f4.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if I like f4. It's a little loose. He has
Don't
10
you just,
seconds.
yeah. Oh, he's thinking.
He's thinking
Well,
about
he
it.
is lower on time. 2 seconds. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. There's mate.
Wait, there was mate. King e6 was mate.
There is mate.
He missed mate in 1. He missed mate in 1. King e6
Oh boy, maybe
was
they'll
mate.
repeat. Maybe they'll repeat. Oh, that'd be so funny if they repeated.
They're not repeating that. Oh, man. Okay. But now he's managed to hold on It's 2 pawns.
King forced back. But with 5 seconds, don't flag. That could happen. We haven't quite seen like a pure flag.
Not yet. Yeah, but this would be it. Okay, Trey's on a4. He's still got these 2 extra pawns. It's just slightly annoying because black has this this attack on the G pawn. Doesn't take though. Doesn't take. I guess that would have just been a losing endgame. But now, oof, rook f4. Now white gets the grip. How does black make counterplay? Now I think it's over. Take, and the a pawn's gonna win. A5.
Although you just deliver as many checks as you can. You want to keep rooks on the board, otherwise it's very, very losing, more than it already is.
Oh, and if takes f4 check.
Very difficult.
F4 check wins it. No, why didn't he go f4? Oh, f4 was okay. This is good too. This is
he's winning anyway. Yeah.
Promotes. Yeah.
So Vincent Keimer wins the first game.
Wow.
There's still a game to go, depending on what happens. But Jules Musard is going to need to catch up.
Yeah, Musard's going to have to win the next game on demand. He will have white, but yeah, tough to do. Vincent Keimer playing very well. Back to this game, Lazovic Martinez. This is their game 2 after first game was drawn. So if someone wins this game, they actually win the match. Otherwise, they are going to Armageddon. Looks like this is Dennis's game. If anyone has chances here, he's got the 2 Bs. He's got pressure on this B file. He's got multiple Bs. He's got the bishops, the B file. Many, many Bs in Dennis's position.
The time is pretty even.
Yeah. Thinking at some point you bring the bishop back to f1. Just go after this pawn. Queen has to maneuver somewhere. Queen c2 or something. Black is thinking on this recapture. I guess he's thinking about trading some rooks off. Yeah, rook
which he
takes
does.
b5. Logical. But this pawn will always end up a weakness one way or another. So I feel like white should just keep trading. So rook takes b5. Rook takes b5.
King f2.
King f2. Bishop f1. Exactly. Yeah, he does trade. And once again, Jose.
Oh, he's thinking about the rooks.
Another pair of rooks, yeah, or not. That is the question.
What would you do? Would you trade
or not to trade?
That is the question.
Yeah. It's holding. It's not holding. It's holding. It's not holding.
All right, keeping a rook on the board.
He keeps the rooks. Jose, true to his style. He doesn't like trading.
Not a big trader.
He's so tactical. He's so fast. Yeah, I feel like it benefits him to keep more pieces on the board. More chances.
Lazovic is also highly tactical and very fast. They have similar styles.
True. Okay, how to squeeze this one though? How to squeeze King f2. King f2 kind of walks into some checks. So King g1, more solid. And then bishop f1 and king back to g2, I think is the plan.
So you need some counterplay and quick.
Yeah, like where do you put your pieces as black? Like queen b6, queen a6 maybe? I'm not sure.
That's a little scary once the bishop's on f1.
Yeah, exactly. You never know. You get hit with some a4. Could also try queen f6 here. I don't know what white does on queen f6. Just rudely attacking the pawn.
Yeah, queen f6. Are you hanging anything with queen e2?
Yeah, maybe queen e2. But then black can push b4.
Which is all what they're calculating with 3 minutes on the clock now.
They're thinking about it. They're thinking about something. Big You can see Jose in his profile picture. He's just constantly calculating.
He's the big calculator.
Yeah,
Actually, they have the same expression. Him and Losbeck
they
have
do
a
with the
very similar
same,
expression on their faces right
yeah, the
now.
same hand pose as well. Just kind of chin on finger. Is it finger on chin? Chin on finger?
I think it's finger on chin.
Finger on chin, yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like. Yeah, they're both very smart, but who will outcalculate who? Okay, there's Queen F6.
That was your move. Okay, how do you defend? What's the best way to defend, which Losbeck will be thinking about right now?
Yeah, what do you do here?
You don't want to go BG2, I don't think, because your bishop wants to go to F1 eventually, right?
Yeah, so it's like bishop. Okay, he plays it, but it's kind of a temporary measure because eventually bishop wants to go to F1. But I guess he's saying, okay, what's your next move? Jose Martinez Alcantara.
Yeah, because that knight is not doing very well on D7, and now you can't go knight B6 because you'll be hanging stuff. Unless, no, you can't.
Yeah, it all hangs.
But so where do you
What do
go?
you do?
What do
Yeah, you
do?
have to make moves. King H7, just like kind of shuffling. But why will improve the position? Rook B4.
And we see it.
King
Look at
H7.
that. Star commentator right here.
Wow, I should be in this. I should be in this tournament.
Yeah, you should.
Put me in. Put me
Compete
in.
next time.
Put me. I can make moves.
You know how to pre-move. You got this.
I could pre-move. Yeah. Oh, I
You
would
could do it if forced.
I definitely would have
forced.
flagged some of these guys. Yeah, for sure. Okay, King
Oh,
H7.
boy.
Dennis has to maybe Queen A5. Can you just go after the?
Ooh.
Oh, I'm calling.
Look at
everything.
you.
Look at
Wow.
this. Look at this.
Wild.
Every move I'm calling. Okay, I don't know what Black does here though. I think he's just losing the pawn. This is actually very scary for Jose because this is game 2. If you lose this game, you're out. You're just out of the tournament.
You're right.
Goodbye.
Oh, wow. Yeah. That is rough. Absolutely. Yeah, there is no way to keep that pawn. It's
all
just
on the
ensuring
line
you have the best counterplay once you lose the pawn. But there isn't a great way to have a good counterplay here. Those bishops are defending everything.
Yeah, where's the counterplay, right? Exactly. Bishops have everything under control. There are no targets. Knights are just kind of sitting pretty. But White's about to go pawn up.
That being said, the king is kind of useful on h7 now, so the rook can maneuver and not have to worry about any sort of surprise check.
Mm-hmm.
That is something to be said about that move.
Yeah, but yeah, very curious what Black's gonna do. And yeah, Jose doesn't know either. That's why he's running out of time. You gotta do like Rook C8, but like there's no clear follow up. It's just to make a move.
Rook c8's interesting. Yeah, but then you don't even get to the 7th file. Yeah, or the 2nd file, sorry. That is tough.
Mm-hmm.
And you're still thinking it's one of those positions, you know, where it's like it's not very bad yet, but it's pretty bad and uncomfortable. And you're trying to stop it from becoming very bad. So you think and you think and you think because none of your options are great. So you're trying to find that like saving move, but it's hard.
But there is no
And he
perfect
does
move.
move.
So you just eventually have to come up with something. Okay, Knight B6 looks like a nice try. If Rook takes B5, does he have some tactic? I don't know. Takes with the queen also makes sense using the pin. And okay, I guess he's going to try to play for this blockade on A4. Knight D7 back.
Okay, targeting the A2 pawn. That's an interesting decision.
From advancing. I think this is the best he could do, given the situation.
But he did spend a long time on it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He spent 1 minute and 29 seconds on it.
But yeah, maybe worth it because otherwise I think, Black was just going to lose. Queen E2. Can Lazovic make use of this A-pawn? Rook A3, good activity. Bishop C1 now I like. Just kind of telling the rook to back off. Bishop C1, Rook A4. Still, he found a nice construction with this rook on A4, knight on C5, knight on D7. Everything gonna be defending everything. Queen D8 now, nice.
Okay, Bishop C1 incoming.
Yeah, Bishop C1,
Bishop
Rook
C1
A4.
incoming.
And then I don't know what's next. Queen C2. Yeah, it's not easy. So Lazovic's trying to figure out how do you make progress here.
Good thing
Bishop
he has
C1,
3 minutes
Queen
on his
C2.
clock.
Yeah, he's got time. He's got time.
Yeah. But the more time he like takes to think, the more time that Jose Martinez has. I don't know. But it's probably the right decision here.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
okay,
want to come
giving a
up with a
check.
plan. Yeah, some way to pose problems. Okay, decides to give a check. Trades. Now I think we got to see knight takes d7 because queen d7, allowing bishop takes c5. I think that's super unpleasant. Oh, he does it. He does it. That's tough though. Take on c5 now, I think.
D takes. It does ruin the pawn structure, but you do get that passed pawn.
Yeah.
I mean, they do as well. But maybe that's enough counterplay.
The thing is now f3 is kind of weak, so black admittedly has some counterplay here. Jose might be able to hold this. Very little time though. Very little time. Has to defend perfectly basically. I don't know if it's easy. King g2 coming, queen c4, rook c2. c5 hangs.
Oh, and his time is ticking down. He's under 20 seconds now. Under 20 seconds. He does have an increment here in this game. Okay, queen a4, cool move.
Queen a4, active. Active defense. I love it. Oh,
Threatening
queen d4
C5.
check. Oh, yeah, definitely. No, I think... it's 10 seconds though. It's 10 seconds. It's so tough.
He is playing so well, but it is not easy. In 7 seconds, and he has to try to find a move that will hold.
Rook d3, I like that. Not allowing rook d2. And, okay. Queen f2. Oh, Dennis is going to go for rook endgame. Yeah, rook endgame super unpleasant here.
With 2 seconds on his clock. Don't flag,
Move,
don't flag, don't
move,
flag.
Jose, move. Rook e3.
Oh, that's so scary.
Jeez Louise. Rook e2 now. You can trade the rooks off. But if the rooks come off, black pushes c4, c3. I think black is actually very happy in this queen endgame. Queen is too strong. So white needs a rook endgame. Rook endgame or bust. Maybe a4 now? Can we get an a4?
Wait, a4, maybe you just take and then queen takes, the rook is hanging unless they have something.
Yeah, I was thinking queen takes a4, rook takes c5. But I don't know. I don't know what's happening there. You can think about d6 also, but d6, rook d3, probably black is in time.
But look, he has 2 seconds on his clock.
Jeez.
Hello, Stuckfish. Hello, Armar. Nice to see you.
But he's ready. He's so
Wild.
fast. He's not going to go down easily. But this is a big chance for Dennis. If he can just find some trick, some tough move to deal with, like some a3, rook d2 maybe. Rook d2, queen c3, and then you're threatening rook takes f3. Oof, oof, oof.
Oh, there's a huge calculation line there, which I'm sure he's calculating. Yeah, okay, rook d2, queen c3. Maybe you could even go, yeah, d4. Oh my gosh, take, that is so much calculation.
Yeah, d6, rook takes f3, exactly.
Exactly. That's got to be what he's calculating and why he's taking so much time.
Yeah. But he's crafty. He's gonna come up with some move. Queen f1, just some unexpected move. Force Dennis to figure it out with 2 seconds. It's gonna get spicy.
A4, yeah, just a4 of queen c3, a4. Oh, so yeah, that's so scary. I don't know. He won't go into that.
A4 is
he won't
scary.
Go into it. Yeah.
No, a lot of okay. Oh, he does go d6. Okay, rook d3. What's his idea? Takes. He just goes for rook endgame.
But now the time has evened out. He spent so much time thinking about that. But now, okay, Jose has 6 seconds. He has 18. That is not that much of a difference.
Yeah,
his time was his huge advantage here.
Yeah, he's holding this now. Yeah. Black is just very, very active here. I mean, Dennis will try. Maybe he can get some chances still, actually. Who knows? King is walking over.
King in the corner, yeah.
But f5.
f5 is a nice move.
f5, yeah, he's getting the counterplay going. Take, rook a4, rook e2. So king is coming in. Rook
Look
a4.
at how speedy they have to be here.
Oh, king b3. Uh-oh. Oh, Dennis got it. He's got the one advantage he needed. His king is up the board.
Also still with 5
A5.
seconds on the clock.
Rook coming to
Oh
A2.
no.
I think he's winning this.
You can try to give checks, but oh, the rook behind the pawn, that is where you need it to be. That is tough.
Yeah,
Very
Lazovic
tough.
playing this like a monster. Rook C8, he's pushing A6, A7. It's winning. It's winning. Don't give another check. Don't give another check. You get stuck. And now King E4, Rook comes to A5. No, this is clinical. This is clinical. Textbook. H4,
Wow.
Zugzwang. Look at this Zugzwang. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful.
That is
Can't
so
do
rough.
nothing. King takes E5. King E6, Rook G5. It's all over.
Wow.
Rook G5 coming. Also A7.
Look at that technique from Lazovic.
Oh,
that is insane.
Insane. On seconds, too, just blitzing out every move. And it's just resignable. You move the rook,
Yeah.
A8 equals queen, ends it. That's it. It's game over. Rook has to go back. That's it. Last little nuance here, but no, there's nothing black can do.
That is very tough.
On H5, and it's all over. Wow. So Lazovic's winning this. He's going to knock Jose Martinez out of the Julius Baer Generation Cup, and he's going to be facing Wesley So in the grand
final.
Taking place tomorrow.
Oof. How exciting. That'll be great.
Yeah. Once again, I mean, the winners win.
Yeah, thank you for that.
The winners win.
And then we have, I think, one last match to go, which is Keimer versus Musard.
Yeah, Keimer Musard. We should still have the second game there. Musard was in a must-win situation. Okay, check and Rook F7. Okay, never mind. This is also good. And Jose is going to give it up. 6, 5, 4.
He's a fighter,
3,
but there's not much you can
2.
do. Just letting, yeah.
Okay, takes.
Wow.
Queen. Rook F7. Just trade the rook.
Yeah. Love Muffer says, whoa, okay, Stuckfish, I totally, thank you so much for gifting 10 tier 1 subs. That is awesome. I really appreciate it. That's very kind of you. That's awesome. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're enjoying the commentary.
Lazovic's through.
And it is a great time, yeah. Someone said it's a great time to be a chess fan these last few months. That is so true. There's been so many events.
Oh yeah, we've been spoiled. We've been spoiled big time. So yeah, congrats to Denis Lazovic. He's on to the final against Wesley So for Division 2. I switched over to Division 3. We have Keimer Musard. The second game, Musard must-win situation for him. Not so easy though. Keimer once again up on the clock, doing well with the position also. I mean, this bishop on B7 is a monster.
Yeah, it's like what's that thing, like you versus the guy they tell you not to worry about, and it's like the knight versus the bishop. The knight is you, the bishop's like the guy they tell you not to worry about.
Hilarious. Rook E6 is weird though.
I appreciate
it. Why not?
Maybe trying to aim over at G6.
I guess. Oh yeah, he wants Rook G6. Okay, but Rook takes E5, Rook G5. I don't see the trick. He could have just played Queen D5, just had his pawn nicely defended.
Wait, maybe he's looking at like Queen D4.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he blundered something because he went Rook E6, sacrificing the pawn. White took the pawn, and now he started thinking. I think he blundered Rook G6, Rook G5. And Queen D4, King H1. Yeah, so Keimer now has to be careful here.
Wait, Queen D4, Rook E3.
And Queen D4 check Rook E3 also. He might have blundered that. Yeah, exactly.
Because yeah, then you just lose. But rough.
And Musard calls the bluff, gets the pawn. Very nice find. Rook takes
nice,
E5.
yeah.
Not an easy pawn to take.
With 24 seconds on the clock. Very rough. The other Jules. Exactly. I have to root for the other Jules. The less cool Jules, you know. right, guys? Right.
I think you have
The
to.
hard part is also like I think a lot of people there's this reputation for chess players not being especially cool. But then you have like Jules Musard who's like very noticeably cool. Like he's got like the long hair, like kind of the rocker look, always wearing something spiffy. So I really have nothing there. No way to make the competition. But yeah, this might be what Jules needs
Yeah, healthy
to
extra
get a
pawn.
victory.
This is his chance.
Yeah.
He needs to win, force Armageddon. Okay, queen d4 check. Keimer continues to spin, but there's nothing happening. Oh, knight e3, nice move. Now takes. White has knight f5 in the position. Queen e7. Ooh, beautiful play here by Musard. He's very close to taking this. Very, very close.
Knight e3 is a little scary because you're putting yourself in a pin, but then if the rook moves, g7's hanging, so you can get away with it. Oh, actually, a lot of stuff is hanging too. You also have queen b8. Okay.
Hello, Raiders. Hello. Folks, we're watching the losers final, Division III.
Hello.
Keimer Musard. Jules Musard in must-win situation here. Force Armageddon.
Hello. Let me check it out. Yeah, this is one of the last, well, maybe the last game, but might not be, depending on how it goes.
Yeah, Musard needs to win this. Force the Armo. Keimer a point up in the match. If he can hold this game, then it's over. But queen e4 going for the end game. Oh, and this looks very unpleasant for black. Knight d5 now. e5 wasn't it though. e5 wasn't it. Vincent now has a chance. He's back in it. Oh, e5 wasn't good. That just opens up the bishop. I think knight d5 was the move. And then bringing the king in. White should be winning. But now e5. Black's king is very active.
That is rough because also a draw is not enough for Jules Musard. He will lose the match if he ends up.
That's it. Yeah, he'll lose 1.5. So he has to hold on to this extra pawn somehow. But I don't see it happening.
And he's
Black's king is
thinking.
coming in. King e6, h5. King f4, g5 check.
Oh, brutal.
Oh, what a miss. What
Brutal.
a miss. Folks, we just had the Division II losers final finish. Lazovic defeating Jose Martinez. He'll be facing Wesley So in the grand final Division II tomorrow. The winner of this match, which is looking to be Vincent Keimer, will be facing Fabi Caruana in the Division III final, also taking place tomorrow. So this is our last match of the day, possibly our last game
maybe
of the
even.
day.
Yeah, Jules needs to win this one to stay in the running. At least the time is evening a little bit, but not that much. Under 5 seconds. You have to be so careful.
Yeah, knight c4 was possible earlier, but then king d4, king c3. It said, okay, Vincent goes towards the king side, knight c4. I gotta think black is okay here with the bishop against the knight. You can take on g2, bring the bishop back to e4. But watch out, white has c4 coming. c4, bishop b1. Too many pawns are getting traded off here. No, you don't win this. You don't win this.
He's going to try, especially with Keimer under 4 seconds now. Anyone could flag. We've seen that before. Also, but those knights are tricky. Those knights are very tricky.
Yeah. You can always... It's never too late to hang a fork. He's trading off some pawns. He's allowing king takes h6, but black's king is just rushing back to the queen side. He can even win the bishop here, but it's not going to be enough, as black's king will get back in time and trade off that b pawn. Ooh, very clutch from Keimer here.
Just over. Yep. Ouch.
Did I say Keimer? Keimer. Very clutch from Keimer.
From Keimer?
Clutch?
Ouch. Speaking of Jove, it's Jover.
And that's it. Takes the pawn, and we got the draw. And that's it. Keimer moving on to the Division III finals against Fabi Caruana. Whew.
What a day.
What a match.
What a match. What a day. Yeah, so that was our
GG.
last match. And actually, we are done with commentary for this event because the next games will be done in the main channel, I believe. So we've been happy to be your hosts for the time, you know? We're happy to be here.
That's right, folks. Sadly, all good things must come to an end. If it was up to me, there'd be 30 more matches in the losers bracket, but unfortunately, the players have to go home and eat dinner at some point.
And we have to eat dinner as well.
Right.
You know?
We've also got to eat dinner. It's 12:48 p.m. for me. I've got a whole... I don't even know what I'm supposed to do the rest of the day, but I guess my day's over.
Must be nice. All right, everybody. We are going to sign off. Say bye. Thank you again for having us. We're happy to be here.
Yeah, let's just recap some results. So
oh yeah, go ahead.
Lazovic, he defeats Jose Martinez in Division 2 in the losers final. So he faces Wesley So tomorrow in the Division 2 final. Then we have Caruana against Keimer in the Division 3 final. Obviously, you guys have the Division 1 final. We've all been very much keeping up with what's happening there, so I don't need to remind anyone who's in the final in that tournament. People already know. But yeah, that will be all taking place tomorrow on the chess.com channel. Sounds like JulesGambit might keep streaming, so great. We'll keep the stream going on your end. But yeah, folks, that's going to do it. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you. See you guys.
Bye all.